Ruh-roh.
How about now?
Dun dun dun.
Can you hear me now, guys? Say something in chat.
Can you hear me meow? How about meow?
How about meow?
Sounds good.
Meow? Yeah. Meow, it's working.
Thank goodness. Funny story
Yeah.
about meow. I used to have an account that was like my alt account, and it was named Dead Kitten, and all I did was go into the AC and state chat and say meow, meow, meow. Like that's all I did. Never said a word. That was when I was really young, like 2 years ago. So, welcome to the bunker, friends. We appreciate you tuning in. I'm T McVenom with Reality Skewed Gamers. Oh my gosh, and I have the first code up. This is the way the stream's gonna go. First code is hot mess. Apparently, like a slight from the devs or the handler, Aeth. I don't know if he did that, but yeah, I am a hot mess tonight. I said earlier, which you guys couldn't hear, I don't even know if we're going to talk that much about the game. It's just going to be a fun, easy stream. Got a little Prosecco in me. Did a little bit of extra blue hair dye. It's all over me. Delete's here. We have Mako here. Apex here. Finn's going to be joining very soon. We're going to talk a little bit about the game. Maybe have a little bit of a rant fest about the matchmaking stuff, but not too late because we do have SVS tomorrow, so we're just going to keep it nice and chill and fun with friends. You guys jump in the convo if you have any questions or you just want topics. Thank you so much, Thane. I appreciate you. Thank you, Froggy IP, for letting me know the sound is not working. Tom N. I appreciate that. Eric B. Long time no see, man. We appreciate you guys dropping in. So, guys, what's new? Anything?
There's a red guy that's in people's settlements, and if you touch him, he does a backflip.
I saw that. I was like, is this just a glitch? Or is this just for me? Or what is this guy with the red suit?
Well,
So
I'm
he's in
coming to hunt him
everybody's?
down because I haven't seen that.
Actually,
I
it
haven't seen
works
it.
on other settlers too. If you go and tap them when they're walking around, they'll do little actions. Like if he's walking, he'll do a karate kick. And if he's standing still, he does a backflip, and he does some other ones too.
I miss when you
I
just
don't have.
tapped them and they fell over.
Yeah, that was a while ago. But I was like, I do that all the time. Be knocking my own guys over.
Wait till you go
Listen,
full
you
across
can't
the
be just
street.
here if you ain't fighting.
This is why I love you
You're not a
guys.
soldier. You can't just be here.
Other channels are like talking about strategy, which we do, but we really focus on the key important things like little characters that are walking through doing black backflips or what they're wearing, what cuss words Rusty seems to say. That's kind of our forte. Yeah, I did notice that too, Apex. Anything else new in the game? I know that we have a new event coming up, which is the title of this stream, which I was kind of, I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking it was going to be out already, but it's not. It won't be out until, I guess, after this SVS. So, Sunday or Monday? Is that when they usually start their events? Like, especially the March exchange events? Or the
Well,
Sunday or Monday? I can't remember which one.
I think it's Sunday they announce it, and then Monday it actually happens.
Yeah. Just keep drinking and it'll be fine. So I know that was in the update announcement they put it was 1.9.130. It's the International Women's Day event, Ode to the Dream Girls. Like some of these events are really funny. Do you know? Like the chef proposing love to Miho, and then this one is all about what is it, Ash and her music career. Have you seen anything on it?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Yeah, basically it's and it's out in the I don't know. I think it was Teddy did a preview, and I think Awakened Fisto did a preview. But it's basically Ash is a guitar, like she's a guitar player and musician, and this is her dream, and so it's, I guess this is Ode to Women's Day is about Ash, so it's funny. So it's a exchange, a March skin exchange. And I have been seeing some things that are going to be different with this one. You know, where before you would get did SOS kidnap Baby Yoda? Who's Baby Yoda? I mean, I know who Baby Yoda is. I meant like which one of us is Baby Yoda. I don't know what he means.
I don't know. We're all pretty damn cute. So
Totally. Super
got
cute.
that going for us.
Yeah. But anyway, they said that in the exchange on this that you know how you used to get custom frags for exchange? Like the packs, you would get a custom frag exchange. Now they're making you choose between what the three current gen heroes that your state has. So for like you, Delete, it would be absolutely useless for you to have any of that stuff. You know, like that doesn't make sense why they would do that. I mean,
no.
Why aren't they making?
I think it's so people don't save for the next gen, because I think they want people like Delete to just spend a crap ton in the beginning instead of spending a bit over the course, because they know people like Delete are going to max out the heroes pretty quick, and they don't want you saving up for the next like 2.5 months until what is the next gen going to be? Gen 6? 7?
I think it's 7, right?
No.
Because they
did that fight. They did the 4A
Gen
and B
6.
thing. It's Gen 6.
Gen 6.
But at the same time, that's kind of money grabby to me. Like, I mean, I know that they're a company and they're supposed to make money, blah, 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 but I feel like that's very overtly money grabby, where you won't even give someone like Delete or all of the spenders, the ones that are really spending a lot of the money in the game, you won't give them actually something that's worth spending that money for. Like, they can't use those frags. They can't use them at all. They're already maxed out. So what's the point of getting that?
No, I was actually looking at it. What was I looking at? I have so many just blank legendary hero frags that I could go pretty far if they released a new hero like today.
You mean custom frags?
Yeah, the like gold blank ones that you can just use on any gold hero.
Man, why do you say stuff like that? Make everybody like really upset with you and jealous.
Is 697 a lot?
Stop it.
Oops. No, I mean, I don't know. You know, it's like I always end up putting them on because there are different heroes are definitely easier to get. You know, like the raise place one is always a little bit tough because the drop rate for getting the actual hero is pretty low. You know, and then there's the hunter hero, which you typically only can buy, you know, which kind of sucks. You know, so then you kind of like I end up using them on my hunter hero, and then I can kind of get, you know, everybody else, you know, casually along the way. Kind of the way I do it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Apex, you're in the newer state. I mean, like, I know for... Well, wait a minute. Let me start with Mako. Mako, you have most of yours general right now, don't you?
I have all of my Gen 5 heroes are 2-star, which is like the max level 60. And then I've got Ash, Zoe, and Miho at 1-star. Just because that's when they max out their skills at level 5.
Yeah.
And I've got Maddie and Nicola and Ernie. They're all 5-star or skill level 5. Everybody else is kind of just pitter pattering away.
Yeah. So I mean, like for you, that kind of pack would be tempting if you weren't free to play and you actually spent money in it. You don't care to spend money in it. You're just like stay in the course. But like for Apex, I mean, obviously Apex, you have all of the new heroes almost maxed, right? Not the brand new. I'm talking about like the other one, right?
Oh, last gen I have Brooke and Tyler both at general, and then Julie, who was the raise place one last time, is like 3 of the 120 frag upgrades away from being general.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing. The last step is so big. At 120 a spot, it's just like, what? You know, it's 600 to get there. It's like it's an incredible amount.
But legit, it's not really necessary though to me. Is it really necessary? All it does is increase your max March, right?
No, that's
Oh,
stats.
But
It
it,
that's
get-
where
yeah.
in delete.
Yeah.
That's big important because
how much does it change
like,
the difference? Like how much?
the last 3 upgrades that I would do on her would increase my rider attack and defense by 50% almost.
What?
For 3
Yeah.
yeah, for 3 more upgrades on the last leg for her.
That's huge. Yeah.
It's big. I mean, you don't have to get them to 80. You know, that's when but to get them to general is pretty big.
Yeah.
Is pretty big.
And it's a insane amount to get them to maxed. Like it really is. So
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I
got to
guess
do it 3 times. You know, for each different basically category of soldier. So it's just like
yeah. I mean, I guess they release these packs without the custom frags because like Apex says they don't want people to hoard them, and they honestly can because people will buy them. So why not put them out there? It's one of those things. Just if people are buying it.
Oh yeah, because I don't
Yeah.
go nearly as hard, I think, as delete. So like the 3 or for like that gen frags are still kind of valuable for me.
Yeah.
Just because like I'm not going to go into the daily shop and get all of those to max out tweak immediately because that's just kind of it's much for me.
You really should be just as strong as the next person. You know, like we just happen to have a millionaire in our state, so it kind of pushes me to kind of get to max.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have a millionaire, I'd be like casually growing, you know, and being like, yeah, man, I'm cutting corners here and there, you know, and like not playing someone that was just going to be able to just buy bundles, not even like do it tactically. Just
Not even
maxing
look at
out
what
the
they're
store.
buying. Just buy the
Not even care.
whole store out.
Dude is just playing
Did I miss
supermarket
something?
sweep
Oh, there. Bye.
like it's free. He's just knocking stuff off the shelves. He doesn't even care. He's just going crazy. He's just going pure honey badger on it.
Yeah. Quick fire.
See, maybe you should think about coming to 359 because we don't really have anyone like that.
We really don't.
You know,
delete. It would be fun.
Yeah,
it would be fun, but starting it all over again. I thought about it.
How fun would
Starting
it be
it
not
all
to be
over
the
again.
dependent upon? You could just go
Yeah,
and
you
have
could
fun.
be
Mako. You would have so much fun. That's what this stream should turn into. It's just how we can get Delete and Mako to come into 359 with us. Wouldn't that be great?
you
And
guys
then
would love
Nikki
it.
would follow up with Nikki killing us on the next stream. So
Yeah.
Quickfire, happy to see you, man. Quickfire's an old school friend. Thank you for popping in. So yeah, that's the thing about the new Women's Day event was the frags changed. It's one of those where she is going for a music career, so the thing that we have to collect is records. So you get more records by topping up the target amount of bio caps, that whole thing, and then you exchange. Reward crates will be unlocked when chiefs hit the target number of points. Then you get the Bouquet of Love through Ode to the Dream Girls event, and then it can be exchanged for gifts in the Women's Day Bouquet event. So just a bunch of stuff that you can get. Then it says, I'm not really sure about this. New theme events means defend the walled city, collect bullets, battle the infected, and get bullets via the Ethics of Outlaws, walled city store events, and sharpshooter bundles. So I'm assuming these are all ones that are coming out, not necessarily in the Women's Day event, but kind of like in the next, foreseeable future, I guess, in the next couple of weeks.
Kind of sounded almost like a horde to me because I just remember in War and Order we had a similar event came out. It was called like Rebel something, and it would have it instead of like the infected troops that fight you, you would have like other players' troops fighting you. Well, not other players attacking you, but it'd be like NPCs using the actual troops against you.
Yeah.
So it was a whole thing. That's just how I'm reading into it.
No.
It seems interesting.
Yeah, this says fight with the infected waves and win rich rewards. So who knows what that's going to be? Defend the walled city. I wonder if it's going to be like a mass thing like Kamute Town. Or you know what I'm saying? Like something like that? Or if this is just
That's
a
what's going
rework
on.
of Horde?
The whole
That's what's
state
going on
goes
in PTR right now.
What did you
The whole state goes on horde.
Oh,
Blinds
is this what you're
everywhere.
saying? Is this what's happening right now?
Yeah, and the newest PTR is
Then that's what it
it's a
is.
new
That's
Kamut
what
town.
it is.
And I was just like,
Kamut
oh
town?
wow. Yeah.
So
It's
Apex,
the
you missed it the last time they did it. It was the first time they did like a statewide event that was not like a battle. It was more of like a big plague zone in a way.
the giant plague zone.
But not a plague zone. It was like a whole different thing where you used a different currency, you used O2 tanks and all this stuff like that to as energy, and it was really cool. Some people thought it was a waste of time, but then there was those of us that really thoroughly enjoyed it and thought it had good rewards, had good exchange for rewards. And it was the first
I just
time
like the mechanics of it.
yeah, it was cool. You got to change out your heroes and kind of test out different ones, and you could pick different skills to level up with each time you went.
Yep.
And then on top of it, it was one of the first times that we actually got like I think we got tactical maps. And that was the first place that you could actually get tactical maps anywhere without buying them. So they did that event, and then I think that, you know, they got some good feedback on it, so they're trying to do something similar, maybe, hopefully. I thought it was good. A lot of in-level players thought it was a waste of time, but I really think you would enjoy it, Apex. Delete enjoyed it. Mako enjoyed it. They're both way older. Yeah. So that's that event. And then, let's see, what else is it? There's tomorrow bundles. There's all these different bundles coming out. They optimize the combat manuals that can be pressed continuously through long press, but uses a quicker pace, which, thank goodness, because that was kind of annoying. And then some miscellaneous bugs have been fixed, but that was really the only thing that came out of that update. Yeah, so that's there. I wish they would do some more of those types of events. I really enjoyed them, and I think that it would make it's good for the states because there's so many people that can't participate in a high level anymore, like when you get to what 6 months.
Yeah, when you get to it, 6 months is a pretty large separation between the players that can and the players that can't.
Yeah,
you know, because that's past plasma. That's when you've got like, okay, you've got 3 plasma 5s in your state, and then people are still trying to get to 30.
Yeah, so like if they could do anything to make it where all alliances can participate and feel like they're doing like a team effort with the whole state, because there was some like tactics to it. I can't remember what the deal was. I can't remember exactly what we did, but there was like infographics going out about which area to hit first and stuff, and kind of coordinating with the state, which was really neat. That
people out sending out maps to be like, okay, follow this path.
Yeah,
and then you see the people that are sending infantry to trap. People that are like attacking like the outside edges, and you're like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing? But it was a way. This is something that like even small alliances could do and participate in. So it was. I thought it was cool. So if they could do something like that, or hint, hint, our idea, Finn's idea, so to speak, about SVS's including bunkers and alliance or analysis centers, that would actually be really helpful to bring a state together and everybody participate.
That would be so much fun.
It would. Hi, Finn.
So much fun.
That was a brilliant idea, whoever came up with it.
It was a brilliant idea.
Just throwing that out.
Finn, no longer clean shaven. I love it.
No, I'm back to normal.
I love you both. I love you both ways, buddy.
Now he's,
no matter which way you look.
Basically the code
I
now.
didn't. I did not like
clean shaven at all.
That was very uncomfortable. I'm sorry, Finn.
He's just.
Oh no, don't worry. So I did that with a reason, and the reason was that I wanted to grow out my beard correctly. So I shaved it all the way down, and then I started to use beard conditioner and beard balm to keep it actually like softer when it actually comes in. Because I got like a beard kit. Because Karma likes it to be like a little bit longer than I normally keep it, which is just for trim. So I'm like, if I'm gonna keep it longer, I'm gonna do it correctly. So I shaved it all the way down, and then now it's like much softer than it was before. It just took a couple weeks. And exactly, Delete, because
Delete, are you doing that on purpose?
Well, he's not wrong.
You did that on purpose just to get him to do the zombie coffee spiel.
I know, because when you stay awake at night wondering, did I make the right decision with shaving off my entire beard, the best way to stay up at night thinking about this is with zombie coffee. A great coffee to help you stay awake when you need those thinking moments in your life. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
What can I
Finn.
say? I know my audience. I know my
You do.
audience.
I'm gonna make sure. I need to also remind me, Finn. I need to get zombie coffee mugs for Mako, Nikki, Nero, and Apex, and Jeremy. Want to get one for all of the regulars.
Okay.
Hi,
Hi,
Good
Maz.
stuff.
Maz. Maz is gonna
Hi,
be on next
Maz.
Friday, by the way.
Yay!
Oh,
Nice.
hell yeah.
And I will be here. I won't be here the next Friday, but I'll be here this
Yeah.
the one after. I'll be here this one.
Mhm.
Yay!
You know what, Tom? I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can. You can go to their Facebook page and they have order forms, or they have a website, but hit me up in Discord and I'll send you some links. And we're going to...
You don't even have to do that. Exclamation sponsor in the chat will put a link to their Facebook pages, both the one in Athens, Georgia, and Columbia, South Carolina. See?
I want
See?
to...
I got you covered, McDenim. You don't need nobody sliding into your DMs. Just throwing that out there.
It would help if I spelled sponsor right, wouldn't it?
So here's the thing. I actually have the command set up to be able to still register with typos because I expected
What?
you to do exactly this.
Did you? You have
I
that little
100%
faith in
did.
me?
Wow.
I have seen you spell before, so yes.
I would be
I love
offended
you,
if that
McVenom.
was not so true. It is.
I
so
love you,
true.
McVenom, but spelling not a forte.
I am a terrible speller. Like, so bad.
I tell it how it is.
It's not even funny. Like, it really is bad. I will call a spade a spade. I'm a terrible speller, so we'll go with that. I appreciate you factoring in my spelling mishaps. But
See?
yeah, I'm going to definitely get very soon a little stash to have giveaways for zombie coffee mugs and stuff. Soon. We're already working on that, so that'll be fun. Finish.
Soon.
Soon, TM.
You know what, McVenom? You know what? We can order from their website, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give away one today.
Really?
You pick the way. Yeah. You pick the way. We will give away one today. It
Okay.
is one of those days. You know what? Let's just give away one.
Okay. Everybody
We
in the
will
chat.
say, just for the sake of argument, right? We might have to make it U.S. only until we know whether or not we can do international.
We
so
can't
let's just-
ship an international if Tom wins.
We can try.
We can. We can do it.
You know,
There's no
I had to
try
talk.
thing.
So
There's only do
I
or
gave
do not.
away chocolates while you were gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can ask Letty.
Choco Nikki.
Letty and I still have to talk to Nikki to be able to send her, but I started with Letty. Letty is in Brazil. There was like a half an hour conversation with Letty to try and get chocolate to Brazil. It is not
Really?
easy sometimes with customs in order to do certain
Well,
things.
that's a food
So-
product. We're gonna send
It is a food
cup,
product, so it is a
a
little different.
plastic cup. No prosecco not included. It'll be fine.
Okay.
So
there you go.
I think what we're gonna do is everybody's type, as many different imaginative ways to type sponsor in the chat.
How the hell am I going to track all the different ways to... You have to make it a single word so I can grab it with Nightbot. Like, it has to be a
I
single
can't
Touche.
just
way.
pick who has the best one.
How are you going to
Zombie.
track? How are you going to track
watching
every
the
single
stream.
submission?
As they come in, who has the best
Okay.
one at the end of the stream?
Because she
Okay.
will
Or-
totally know
Okay.
that you'll try and actually write all the strings in Nightbot to pitch them all out.
He so
Just
will.
like-
He so will.
Just like
All right.
you knew she was going to misspell it, you would figure out a way to pick up every single sponsor.
What about if we did like some kind of joke contest on Twitter or something like that?
We can do it in chat. Just start your joke with the word joke, put a colon, and then put your joke. We'll be able to get every single
Yes.
joke submission,
Yes.
and then we can read them to McVenom, and
One.
McVenom will pick the winner.
We'll all pick one submission per person. You can't be
If
like
you have
throwing
more than one,
crazy-
you are disqualified.
Yes. You
More
can't
than
be
one
throwing
is
like
in
crazy
colon.
jokes, and they have to be somewhat sensitively clean. Not super clean, but not like absolutely filthy.
One worthy of the name of zombie coffee.
So like a priest, a bear,
Durgan,
and
a zombie.
that does not
And a
count as a
zombie.
joke, and you were disqualified for that joke right there.
Yeah. A priest, a
Durgan
bear,
just
and a
said,
zombie walk into a bar.
Durgan just said, how can this be an official Women's Day stream when McVenom isn't even streaming from the kitchen?
Yeah.
And this
my
is
wife
the
doesn't own a
person that
watch because there's a clock
this is the person that
on
Maz
the
calls
stove.
as an angel. Maz calls him an angel. He's awful.
Durgan is pretty awful. That is pretty awful.
Durgan, you. Durgan's the angel. He's an angel.
No,
Up death.
Durgan is not an angel. Okay, you guys. So
Sorry, you have to say it in the Maz voice. So hold on. Durgan is an angel. An angel, I tell you.
Sweet angel.
There you go.
Okay.
Who doesn't love cooking? I love to cook, frankly. I just got an air fryer. Big fan.
Air fryers
Big
are the
fan.
best.
I'm a crock pot
I had no
person.
idea.
I'm a
Love the
crock
crock
pot person too, Finn. I love to put things in a crock pot in the morning, and then when I get home from work, the whole house smells like some kind of roasted meat. It's the best.
Yes.
And it's all done.
What's the craziest thing you've done in the crock pot? The only thing I've done is pulled pork.
I do coconut Thai chicken in the crock pot, and it is delicious.
Whoa.
Coconut like curry chicken. I'll give you the recipe, Delete. You would like it. It's really
Please.
good.
Yeah. Totally.
I make my taco chicken in there.
Oh, taco chicken is really good.
You make your chicken with like the taco seasoning and everything in there before you put them into like a burrito or a taco. Or what I'm making next week is enchiladas.
Oh, enchiladas are good.
Will there be a cooking with Finn stream?
Possibly. I still don't have a camera in my kitchen. For the point though, Durgan, just saying, probably over the last 3 weeks, I'm gonna guess I've been in the kitchen more than McVenom.
I'm just gonna pour.
So we know who the
glass
woman is
of
here.
my Prosecco here.
We know who the
That's
woman is here.
Ah.
I have been. She knows it too. I've been like cooking for the last like 3 weeks for me and Karma. So it's
I
like,
mean,
yeah.
I'm proud of you, Finn. I think you're becoming a really great.
That's solid. I need to
Domestic
extend my
partner.
recipe base. Frankly, I
know
need
how to
to
cook.
extend my recipes.
Okay. Attention, focus, guys. Everybody that's in the stream right now watching, put some kind of joke in. Any joke, exclamation joke in the front, and then put one in there, and then we're gonna pick the best one, and then you guys will get whoever wins, whoever we decide on, gets a free zombie coffee mug, which are really nice. I use mine every day at work. I love it.
Durgan is correct though. Durgan has a camera in Finn's kitchen, but I don't think that one is eligible to be
Such
on
a creeper.
stream.
Okay. Moving on while we're waiting for people to do this. Fury's gonna have the best one. How much you want to bet Fury's gonna have the best one? She said.
Oh.
Who can Google joke the best?
Even better if it has zombies in it or it has something about RSG.
Yeah. Bonus points for picking a John Candy joke because he passed away either today or yesterday, like 10 years ago.
That
or
was
something like
yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
Froggy-
so sad.
Who did?
John Candy.
Uncle
I
Buck.
love me some John Candy.
Did he? Really? Planes, Trains, and
For
Automobiles
everybody,
is like
like-
one of my favorite movies.
Home
Oh, yeah.
Alone.
Oh, Uncle Buck.
Uncle
He's playing
Buck, The
Uncle
Great
Buck.
Outdoors.
The Great Outdoors.
Right? Great
is the best.
Outdoors. You're
That
not
was
done.
such a good movie.
He's
No.
eating the,
Th-
he's eating the old
no.
There's one
lady
with
picture.
fat and gristle on that plate. The guy's just like, if I shove one more bite down, I get a T-shirt for the kids.
Froggy IP just said a joke. You want to hear a dirty joke? A pig fell in the mud. That was a
That's
dad
my kind of joke.
and
That's
I'm
my
here
kind of
for
joke.
it. Yeah.
That's my kind of
I'm here
joke.
for dad jokes for sure. So
Those are my kind of jokes right there.
Apex, did you have anything you had a topic that you said would be fun to
Yes,
discuss?
I did,
Ooh.
and I wasn't sure how many people actually noticed it. And it took me a little while to notice it, and it pissed me off when I
Ooh.
saw it. But if you go into the state warfare tab and you look at I can't never pronounce it right. Is it Signet?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Signet. The Signet rewards, they changed them. So now instead of getting an increasing amount of general shards each time you hit the Signet rewards, you just get 5 plasma. And it doesn't sound like a bad change, but you used to get like 30 gold general frags if you hit every single one of the rewards. It would go
Wait a
2,
second.
3, 4, 5, 6, I think.
What are you talking about? I'm showing my screen here.
In the Signet rewards, where it shows you like you own 2 to obtain, you own 3 to obtain. They now
Yeah.
made it so each level gives you the same thing, just as a multiplier. It doesn't increase at higher
Because it
levels.
used to give you an increasing amount of general fragments with like a few more biocaps and the XP books, and now they just made it the exact same across the board and just added the plasma. And I don't know, I feel like some people would see it as a positive change because it's more plasma, but to me, we just lost a lot of general fragments, and you can get like if you hit all the
Signal.
rewards, you
Okay.
get 30 plasma, or
Okay.
you get 25 plasma. That's like a day and a half maybe you saved.
Wait,
Where those
Apex.
gold general frags is like a huge amount to me, at
I'm
least.
here now at the screen. Tell me that again. So I'm at the Signet rewards. And then you said what it does is the plasma has decreased.
Nope.
No, they added
No.
5 plasma for each level now, and they removed the increasing amount of gold fragments you would get.
Oh, so now you only get the 2 on every
Yeah.
single one. And they just gave you 5 for every single one.
They replaced gold frags for plasma is effectively what they did.
But it's not increasing on here.
It
Yeah,
increases
exactly.
because you get each stage of the reward.
But
So it's not
before
like
it was increasing.
it was
frags.
increasing frags,
Yeah.
but no plasma.
Gotcha.
So that's what Apex is saying. If they're substituting plasma for gold frags, which for him is not worth it. I would say probably for more people, gold frags is worth it more than plasma, but there is definitely a need for plasma. But yeah,
I'm just looking at the amount of plasma. It's like that's 25. Mako would probably know how long would it take you to get 25 plasma if you do the intel and the dailies? Is that like a day and a half?
Well, it depends because you can get anywhere from 6 to 8 infected intel per reset, and you get 3 resets per day. So it's random if you get 1 plasma or 2 plasma per infected. So roughly, you're getting, I think, like 8 to 10 plasma per reset times 3. Look, 24 plasma a day.
yeah. So about
If you do the math on it.
yeah.
So yeah, we traded about 25 gold fragments for a day's worth of plasma,
Mhm.
which I don't see as an equal
Oh my
trade.
gosh,
It's a
that
lot
is
harder
so
to get those frags.
bad.
Yeah.
That's not great. That's not great.
I mean, and the fact of how, like, if you really think about how much money is spent in SBS, like, that's kind of chinchy.
I mean, especially with SBS, because the rewards for SBS have always been really wonky. You know, it's always been like, really? That's it? You know?
Yeah.
But it hasn't changed the level of care for so many people. There are so many people that are like, oh, yeah, SBS is coming up. Ooh, gonna wake up
Going
5 in the
all in.
morning.
Going on.
That's the
Seriously.
thing, right? They're not even excited for the stages except for warfare. Like that's what everything is.
Yeah.
See, the
Right.
SBS, because the prep stage is semi-meaningless, right? It's kind of a more annoying version of survival of the fittest. The worst part is the last stage is more than 24 hours, which is the most annoying thing. It lasts like an extra like 8 hours or something, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I am like on top by reset, and then later on you realize, oh crap, I needed to continue doing this for another 8 hours to try and stay. It's so stupid. I don't know why they do it that way. I don't know why they don't just pause it, but whatever. But the prep stage is unfortunately not really pushing the needle for anyone. It has to
Yeah.
be the warfare.
Unless you legit, unless they legit do something to change the incentive, I don't see a point in getting any more than just the 3 boxes. Like that's what I go for is that, and I know that's probably bad. State's probably yelling at me, but honestly,
No, you're right.
it's like, is it really
Well,
worth
that-
it? Especially as a non-spender who doesn't have the resources to spend a whole lot to try to hit these targets anyway. Like, it's not really worth it in the long run.
Well, you look at it in state versus state, it's the top 100 that get the same rewards as the top 50 in a survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
But you're also sending in 2 different states for it.
Yeah,
so
you're not
got
competing against
all
double.
the spenders from state 1 and state 2. You could there's your top 50 from each is your top 100. Plus, if one state has more spenders, then that just bounces your state spenders even farther down the line.
Yeah. I mean, it really honestly does make more sense to put your resources into survival of the fittest versus SVS, which is sad because that's more of a state. It should be more of a state pride thing, and we're gonna all come together and do this. But they don't really make the incentive worth the effort. I need to shout out this joke. Sexy Wolf said, "What kind of person doesn't like pizza? A weirdo." Doe.
I mean, that's gonna hit you. You know, that's such a high brow. You'll be thinking about that randomly in the shower, and you're just going.
The best thing about that
He said
joke,
weirdo.
no, the best thing about that joke is that it's perfect in text. You know how some things don't translate in text? That one actually is absolutely perfect. So far, you got my win.
No, it's funnier
Tom
when
has
you
one
say it
too.
out loud.
Tom. Oh, Tom M. joke. What do you call the
Yeah.
wife of a hippie? A Mississippi?
Mississippi.
I
He
mean,
said one for the International Women's Event.
He
it's
made it
just
relevant. He made it
who's
relevant.
who's hearing that and not laughing. That's
I
what
don't
that
know
person is
anybody.
a serial
I don't
killer.
know anybody.
That person's probably a serial killer.
Is that
I think a
Delete's joke?
serial killer would laugh at that probably more than anybody, to be
I
honest.
think that's Delete's joke, though. Who doesn't laugh at Mississippi? A serial killer. That's just a joke.
Leo, when are you going to get on the stream? I love to watch Leo's comments. Leo is like an encyclopedia in this game. Like all of his stuff, like he reminds me of like Finn and Mako, the way they were like remember math stuff in their head, like all those math thingies, nerdy things. I want him to get on the stream because I think he would be awesome. Don't laugh at me, Delete. I'm a little drunk, but I think he would be hilarious on the stream. Yeah. So what else were we talking about? So Apex has an issue with that. I have an issue with that. I think that's kind of messed up, that how SVS is like just not worth it. But what I really wanted to talk about and have a rant fest about was the matchmaking. So I can't remember if it was Fury or if it was Jeremy, but somebody we know in an older state got matched up for like the 4th time with the same alliance.
That was Fury.
Was
I
it
think
Fury?
everyone that is 3 to 59 playing someone that they already played.
No. We
Oh,
haven't used
last
it this
time we did.
Last time we did.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
it was
Because-
like our 3rd SVS, and it was matched up, or maybe 4th at the max, but we'd already played somebody once before. It's like, are you kidding?
but it's like, you know, I think it's like 80% of the people on stream are playing a state that they've already fought before.
So
Not great.
I'm just trying to figure out what is the issue here. Like let's make a educated guess as gamers. What is the issue here? Like, is it because they are trying to avoid more
They
work?
don't have. It's we talked about this last time. The thing is, their algorithm doesn't take into account who you previously faced. So if you're doing a matchup of similar stats, right? It's possible that you're going to face the same state again because you'll have similar stats, and possibly in 2 weeks you're not going to vary enough that you're going to move away from that state as your closest opponent, right? But what you have to do is literally in-build the fact that you are not going to face the same state for 5 states or like 10 states, right? So when they build the algorithm on who you are facing, they keep track of who the last like 5 states were that you faced or who the last 10 states were that you faced, automatically eliminate those, and then face you against the nearest state that is not a state that you've already faced. So they have to modify the algorithm, but the reason for it is that right now they're just basing it purely on stats. They may be your best matchup. It just sucks that it's the same state over and over again.
Well, why don't
And I have
they
something to
fix
say on the
that?
stat thing part.
Like, I mean, just fix it. I don't understand.
They should. Keep in mind, state for state is still in beta, right? So I don't know what they're fixing right now. Like, it literally still says beta when you go in
mean,
there. So So I don't know what they're working on. We've already talked about a bunch of things they need to fix, right? So I don't know what their plan is on implementing it. They do need to fix the matchmaking, so you're not facing the same state. Probably within 5. Probably I would actually even go to 10, but you shouldn't face them at least in 5 SVSs. So that's like 5 months that you're kind of free from facing the same state. They need to make prep stage worth something to actually win rather than an advantage to lose. Even the suggestion I made about like the centers and stuff, that's just to get more like state involvement. But if they don't do that, like state for state is still going to go on and it's still going to have value. But the other two I think are more important, and I don't know what their plan is to actually like update this, and honestly when they're going to shift it out to beta. Like I don't know how long state for state and reservoir raid are going to be like beta things that we're playing. So
yeah, I mean this is a pretty long beta. I mean, what are we?
Yeah.
10 SVSs? No, it's less than that.
No,
maybe 7 or 8.
The first SVS was like state 10, right? Or I can't remember who it was, but it was like this random number, not beginning and not like middle. It was somewhere weird. Because I remember we had Sticky Fang on and Nimki talking about state v state. So it was a while ago.
Yeah. Seriously.
This cannot be still beta.
I remember our first streams, it just being like, oh, they need to release state for state because it's like so many people are quitting. So many people are quitting because there's not new content. And then the new content came out, and then it was just like, oh, it's here now. And then it was like, oh, it's kind of whack. Oh, the matchup sucks. And then it was like, all right, now they got a chance to change it. Let's get on it.
Look at that, Leo with the statistics here. State 1 and state 3 was first SVS, and I was like, it wasn't state 1. It was like somewhere in the middle. Nope, I was wrong. State 1 and state 3 was that first SVS. Do you remember? I bet you he knows exactly the date too. Bet you anything.
That is putting him on the spot.
Aren't you glad though that it's still in beta?
No, it's not. I think my still worry. In beta. It's not still in beta. If you've had an event that is out for over 3 to 4 months and people are spending money on it, it's not a beta anymore.
So I will tell you, there are actually, like, I know it's different kind of genre. There are literally games that I have purchased on Steam for like $60 that are still in pre-access beta because they're still selling it. You get access to the game, they just haven't fully developed it. So it's not uncommon in, like, especially in games, to have a prolonged beta. We view beta differently, right? We view beta as testing before they're releasing something like a patch. But sometimes game modes can take potentially longer. Me personally, I'm happy that it's still in beta because I would be more upset if this is their final product.
But
just flat out, there's so many things.
For 5 or 6 months, it's not going to change, Finn. They're not going to change anything all of a sudden. Do you really think they are?
I think the biggest thing is they haven't really changed much.
That's the thing. They should. I don't know what their plan is. Maybe they were waiting for 6 state versus states. 6 was their cutoff to try and figure out when they'll make a change for the next 6 or something like that to get a full like data set in order to test this all out. But they need to make changes. I don't know why they haven't, but they need to make changes. The fact that it's the beta means that they should be collecting data, listening to people, and figuring out what to update. So hopefully soon they will, but to your point, yeah, I don't know why they haven't so far. We haven't really seen much changes in SVS. Maybe there's things they're doing, like little things behind the scenes that we're not able to like see readily, right? Kind of like what Apex just caught with the Signets, right? Who knows why they did that, but maybe that was something that they were testing out. But they have bigger things with SVS they need to update before they mess around with like the rewards and stuff.
It's one of those things where it's like I look at that and I'm trying to be hopeful and I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but the fact that they haven't fixed the SVS matching, they haven't fixed some of the rewards issues or whether or not it's worth it to win or lose the prep stage, and then the simplest freaking fix of putting a fog over the damn capital. They don't do things like that, but then they're releasing Nations Cup, which is a massive undertaking with tons of implications of like, they're putting real money out there, and like, this is a big deal. And I guess I'm just kind of, honestly, and maybe tonight's not a good night, kind of drunk a little bit, but I am a bit jaded, and I'm a bit kind of resentful of the fact that, all of the older states have gotten forgotten. And the one thing that the older states still have to look forward to are SVS and Reservoir Raid. And SVS is, I feel like, just not getting fixed, especially when you're looking forward to that and playing different people and growing the community, and then you get matched up with the same alliance or same state for 4 times in a row. What the hell? I'm sorry, but that's crazy.
Well,
and Jeremy's state has, he says they've got like 10 max accounts, which is,
I mean, you're basically the same freaking amount. State. Oh, you know all of them. They're all friends at that point, or either like what.
At that point, all the farms that you set up to cheat and like learn strategies and cheat in there are probably level like 20s.
And the excitement of playing trap or not knowing what people's stats are and all that stuff. You know who's the big guy and who you got to watch out for. You know who needs to shield and who doesn't, and where the hives are. Like, that's the whole point of the fun of it. Like, ugh. I don't know. I'm just a little bit.
I gotta say one thing for the matchmaking. Like for 359, I don't think you noticed, or I don't know if you noticed, but the state that we're facing has had the new or the 5th generation heroes for a month longer than us.
Yeah. But that's not even the worst.
T11s as well.
Actually, that's not even too bad. When you look at other people that have had state matching issues, there's some that don't have the heroes at all. Like, yes, I know we didn't get them, but there's some states that are getting matched up that have brand new heroes, and they're still stuck with the old heroes, or one state doesn't have plasma and another state has plasma. That is insane. Like, that's insane. Like,
that's a massive problem in matchmaking.
Well,
I didn't even realize that was happening. I thought what we were getting was pretty crappy because they've had it for longer. I've seen it
talk about in state Discord, so the plasma thing hasn't been like verified with my eyes, but the heroes thing has been verified. Like, there's states that don't have the new heroes, and then the other ones do, which, it's a huge advantage, like stat wise. Like, I don't know. It's just frustrating. I feel like
Look, keep in mind, this is also I don't know how to put this other than it's a problem for both players and the developers with this, right? Because when State vs. State came out, and even when I first did it, right? State vs. State was actually a fun game mode. I think people enjoyed it. It's not perfect, but it's still a fun game mode. The problem is when you have so many different things that you're trying to tackle at once, right? If something is successful, you're going to focus your attention on something else. So a new game mode like Nations Cup is a new way to bring in or get more people involved, right? But what does that mean? That means State vs. State is going to remain the way it is, which means it's not going to get an improvement. So maybe it's not done. They're just focusing on other things, which I think is a problem. But keep in mind what they're working on, right? In terms of things that they're focusing on. We know about the Nations Cup and how they basically like built that game mode, right? We also know one of the biggest things that may be taking up a bunch of their time, which is trying to figure out how to get older states more involved with state mergers or state migration, whatever it is.
Not involved,
right?
But like how to work that out.
Actually working it out, yeah. So that is probably eating up a lot of their time to try and figure out how to do this, because there is obviously coding and stuff that goes into the back end of that. So by splitting up all of their resources, and the fact that SVS has been fairly successful in getting states, especially the higher alliances, right, which are where the spenders are, getting them more involved with that, kind of like to what you said, McVenom, like older states like SVS and Reservoir Raid. So where are we seeing the least amount of changes? Reservoir Raid and State for State, right? We only got the Reservoir League, but outside of that, like Reservoir Raid has been pretty much the same. And if we wanted to, we can save that for a different stream. Reservoir Raid has things that it can improve on as well. So it's not like the only thing. And that also isn't like fully complete. So whenever something is successful, if they have too much on their plate, certain things are going to get left to the wayside. And I think that's unfortunately why SVS has been kind of neglected. And I think that should be fixed earlier, because that one is going to become a game mode that can get people much more involved.
I will agree with you playing devil's advocate that might be what the cause of the delay is that they're tied up trying to figure out how to do the old merging stuff, because that honestly, the merging issue, they just recently gave us information saying that they are working on that it's proving difficult, but that they're working on it, and to give them time. So I will give them the benefit of the doubt. Thank you, Finn, for pointing that out to me, but to give them a little bit of time. But if I would say 3 months, still nothing and no changes, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, that's when I'll get really drunk and go on a real huge rant about
Oh my.
That's what we need.
Too. She does.
What?
Hey, Phantom, can I see the bottom of your cup really quick? Just show it to me just like this.
What?
Oh, a little bit higher.
Oh, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You're the guy at the bar I avoid. You're doing bad things, mister. Trying to get me to dance on tables and stuff. I know what it is.
Yeah. People try to avoid me. I just...
Whatever, you charming
I'll get
devil.
your next drink.
You charming devil. Everybody's always at the bar with you, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go as far as to like trip and fall, maybe get your attention. Like,
That usually does it. Finn knows it. I like the big old dorks. The awkward
big
guy
old
in the
wounded
corner,
bird.
that's the one I want to talk to. Usually. That's the way it is.
That's how we became friends.
That's how me and Finn and I hit it off that way. He was the awkward nerd guy, and I'm just that's my jam right there. I can't help it. I'm
100% awkward dork.
Yeah. So you know what? Sexy Wolf had an interesting comment, and I want to point this out. We were talking about the matchmaking being unfair, about how people are getting matched up with different levels of heroes, and then the problem with the same states getting matched up over again. They said that's why you fight the same states, so the matchmaking is not so unfair. So I get what you're saying, that the reason why we keep getting the repeat matchups is because for some reason they cannot find that sweet spot of it not being so unfair that you're matched up with someone's way OP than your state. But we have like how many states?
Yeah.
I mean,
isn't it like 1,020 now?
I mean, we have a ridiculous amount. I really find it hard to believe that there is not at least, I mean, how many SVS, somebody tell me how many SVSs we have had since the release. The release of SVS to now, how many there have been. And I guarantee
we're at
you
7 or 8.
There's not more than 10. There can't be more than 10. And that you're telling me that in a whole range of 1,000 states that you can't find a block of 10 that are not, redundants?
Well, the thing is, it depends on, we don't know what they're looking at for SVS, right? We don't know what stats they're looking at. If they're only looking at, let's say, the top 10 alliances, there's a likelihood that there's a whole bunch of variants, right? Because we have different heroes sometimes in the different states. We have different plasma troops now that could potentially be in there. The number of spenders in each state can vary, right? We've had matchups, even in our state, right, in 359, where we faced a state that was extra loaded at the top end, right? We had nobody that was really even competing in terms of the badges, in terms of the chief gear. So our state needed like 2 or 3 rallies in order to knock them out. They would come in with 1. And some of those states even had 2 people that were like fully maxed out, and we didn't even have 1 that was fully maxed out, right? So what are they using to determine the matchmaking is the biggest question. If they're using the entire state, then you might have a bunch of states that are similar, but we know that doesn't matter. The bottom, anything beyond the top 5 is probably not extremely contributing to SVS. They're going to be
Right.
just doing random things, joining, getting their points. They may get some hits in order to knock out like a couple thousand troops to get their points, but that's it. So the matchmaking, we don't know exactly what is being utilized to calculate that, but that's where the first thing goes, is that they really have to look at the top end of states and then matchmake and determine what the value is for the lower end. I think like our state got matched up against some more difficult states, primarily because we have a fairly active state in its totality, but our top end isn't quite as whaley as some other states. So we don't have like the Uber Krakens that are super maxing out, although now we have a couple, but in general, we haven't had that. So we don't know how the matchmaking is being done to know whether or not the variety of states would actually lead to a more balanced matchup.
What are you smiling at, Mako?
My dog Mako is fluffing his bed before he lays down.
I thought it was something
Oh.
Finn was saying.
I love that.
That's
Personally, when a dog does that, it is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's spun in circles about 15 times right now, and he's still going. Just lay down.
So, real quick,
Dog
before we
OCD.
move on to what the matchmaking criteria is, I wanted to say something really quickly. Number one, Zoltan, you are the next code. Zoltan, I see that he's in chat, said Apex for governor. I would vote for that governor. I totally would, as long as you gave me buffs. Apex for
Our
governor.
state would turn into the purge.
Yeah. Our state
Apex's
would
governor
turn,
would
into,
turn
the
us into the purge.
It would be like, knock, knock, here you go.
Mhm.
But Zoltan, this code is for you. And actually, it's weird the way it's worded, but gift code and the code itself is called Code Zoltan. I think they were trying to make it where people couldn't guess it, because Zoltan, we use them a lot because we love Zoltan.
We've had
He's
it.
my favorite.
Yeah.
So he gets used a lot. Love you, man. And
Dope.
one above, I did not put that code up because you told me to. You don't tell me when to put the codes up. I just did it because I wanted to. FYI. What state are you from? You guys, this is Delete. He's from 125. Mako's from 125. I have an account on 125. I don't really pay it that much anymore. Just taking up space and a button presser. I play 359. Finn plays 359. Apex plays 359. I saw in here some people were talking about a lot of people trying to join 666 server. Someone sent me a message in Discord about that, about how to join the Discord server and that it's really exciting. I was like, I don't think I can start over again. Like, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's super fun. I had a lot of fun in 359 starting up, and I think you guys would have a lot of fun doing it. But I don't know that I want to have multiple accounts where I'm having to manage. I'm just not that girl. I can barely manage one or two. What are you laughing at, Finn?
You know the sad part, right?
What?
If they continue this trend in this game, they'll introduce a new feature into newer states, and we might just make a new account in a newer state again. The same way you move from 125 to 359. Once they hit like 1200, they
Finn,
can introduce a new
don't say things
feature.
like that. Don't say things like that.
Hey, Finn, please shut the hell up.
Shush.
You know it's true.
Join us.
I don't want it.
Join us as the abandoned orphans of the game.
Yeah.
You're not abandoned. You have a spot anytime you want. You're on
You know
my
what we
show
do at that
anytime
point?
that you
Right
want.
now,
I
I'm
love
feeling
you with
like-
all my heart, but I
Let's
cannot bear to go in and just
Please.
press buttons and listen to you know who with his blah. Like, I
Let's
can't
make
do
a
it.
pact. Let's make a pact. The next time we make a new account, we'll be in state 6969. If they ever get to 6969, that is when we make a new account.
Okay, deal.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah.
open 6969, there's no stopping us. We're all quitting and going to 6969. Deal.
Dude, we don't have to quit. We'll just create a second account. We'll
What
see
if
how
the
it
devs
goes.
just all of a sudden opened one up? Like, just
Yeah, just open up 6969 and
Oh,
all of
yeah?
us are over
Date are
there.
we on now?
Seriously. That'll be
Where are we
in the thousands. I feel like they're in the thousands.
We're in
We're in
the,
the
we
thousands.
broke 1,000. Yeah, we broke 1,000 for sure.
By the time they get to 6969, it might be 3-star. So let's go. We got this.
I'm trying to see where
I need
can
to try to
find
get
it.
some of these questions. Okay. Leo said, "Can you repeat, McVenom, what was said
By the devs.
about the devs?"
Because you said, I think you casually hinted something about like, oh, they kind of came out with something about
Oh yeah, they
state
did.
mergers.
Yeah, they did. They came out when they did the whole, dev questions and answers when they put that out. It was a while ago, and they said, as far as state mergers, there were some issues that they were still trying to work out, and it didn't seem like it was balancing correctly, but that they were still working on it, and then hopefully one day they would come up with some kind of solution, but not anytime immediately. I think that was the gist of it. Don't quote me verbatim, but it was something like that effect. So that's what I was saying.
We're not into the thousands yet.
Oh,
From what I can see in the game, we're at 664. So that's why
so we're
everyone
not
is
even
waiting
close.
for 666.
We're not even
No,
close.
we're not even close. But that's why everyone's waiting for 666.
We could do
So they're like,
669.
Why did I think we were in the thousands already?
I totally thought that.
We
And,
could-
it was
what we could
weird.
do?
Actually, I was on Instagram and they had a poll like, "What state are you in?" It was like 265 and below, or like 300 and above. And actually, more of the people that responded to the game were it was like 53% responded to that they were in the below. And I was just like, wow. I thought that was interesting. But I guess, well, probably not, because the longer you play it, the more you're likely to follow the Instagram than anything else. If you're a newer player, you're probably like not there yet.
Yeah.
So,
We
but
should
still, I thought it was interesting that they would even ask.
we should move to make an account on 669 just for fun.
No, we're waiting until 69, 69.
I'm talking about
Hold
just
your
make
ground,
it and
McVenom.
keep it. I'm talking about make
Hold
it and
your
don't mess
ground.
with it in case we ever want to come back to it and there's state merges or something.
Hold your ground. What difference does it make if all you're doing is holding it and making an account now versus later?
Okay. Shh.
I feel like we might have more episodes than Cheers if we make it to stage 69 and 59. Cheers was an old.
Oh, I got you,
Love
man.
Cheers
I
so
got
much.
you. I got you.
Anybody born after
We're
19?
old. You know what you're talking about.
Delete.
Retired ball player opens up his own
Ted
bar.
Danza, we
Got a
got
crazy
you.
old man that's assistant bartender. It's a
I was
pretty great
named
show.
after one of the characters on Cheers.
No
What?
shit.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it.
That's cool, actually.
That's it. I'm gonna sing that every time you're in Capitol. I'll sing the Cheers song.
Yeah. Sometimes you want to go
Really?
where everyone knows your name.
Everyone knows your name. Okay, so
I don't know. I'm kind of
Always glad
seeing
you
us.
came.
I'm kind of seeing us as more of the Golden Girls, and McVenom is like Blanche flirting with like every single state.
I don't.
You
What
flirt
are
with like
you
every single
talking
state.
about?
You're already like, we're like 69, 69. Yes. Well, maybe we'll make one in 669. Yeah, let's go to 669. You are the Blanche of state versus state.
As long as I'm Sophia, I'm happy with that.
I'm Rose. There's like no question. I'm Rose.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't know. I
B.
feel like
Arthur.
deletes the Blanche.
Got me thinking
and
about
I can be
Deadpool.
the Ruth.
I mean, is there really a wrong answer here? I don't think
Not
there's wrong.
really.
There's not. There's really not. You're right. I mean, they're all
those
good.
chicks got game. They all got game.
Okay, I got to get through some of these comments, or I'll forget them. Maybe.
And that's
Okay,
all the comments.
Here we go. No. Here we go.
Thank you for being a friend.
Liquid Snake, which is a funny name. I'm trying to think of a liquid snake and what that would entail. Like, where
Is
did
that
that
Metal
come
Gear
from?
Solid.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah,
It's what?
that's what I was about to say.
Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, Liquid Snake. Where do you guys think? What do you guys think about kill event? Should there be a stricter rule for it? People actually quit over that event when they get zeroed. You know what?
Soft.
I'm gonna say the unpopular opinion. If you don't understand what a kill event is in a killing war game, you need to quit. You probably need to start a different game because, like, kill event is this much time during the whole time of you can figure out what kind of state you want to be in, what kind of alliance you want to be in. But for most of our states, we try to, figure out some kind of political correct way to manage the state. And kill event is the only time that people can really go bananas and do what the game intends them to do, which is war and attack and stuff like that. And I personally, this is my opinion, this is not the panel's opinion, I think kill event should be 100% pure. kill as much as you want because that's the name of the event. And if you
can't
don't
see it,
want to
but I'm smiling ear to
participate,
ear right now.
well, if you don't want to
Of course you are.
participate, then save up your bio, save up your
Yes.
alliance stuff, your coins, save up everything to make sure that you have shields for that whole event. And there's honestly, I can even say there's lots of other ways to protect your troops and your res without a shield. So that's not even an excuse that you don't have any shields. There's other
Res
ways.
is a little bit harder. Res is harder. Your troops you can
spend
definitely
it,
save.
then spend it. Spend your
Yeah.
res.
Yeah, you should spend it before, save all the stuff in your backpack if you need to.
If you aren't looking at like all the different events, now I could understand if this is the first kill event and you get zeroed and you're disheartened. Okay. But if you already know what kill event is, and then you are saying, oh, this game sucks because people killed me, in a kill event, I get really, really irritated about that. Because I feel like we have all these damn rules on states right now. The only time that someone like Delete or Apex or any of us that can get out some much needed aggression and attack some people is kill event. You know, otherwise we have to play this political game all the time, and it takes the fun out of it. Okay, rant over.
Can I make a suggestion for that though?
Yeah.
So I do like the fact that you go around and killing stuff, right? But it's an event that is forcing you in some ways as like that particular period to kill. I think it would benefit both the people getting attacked and the attackers that you don't lose any troops during kill event. Anything
That
you
defeats
get,
the entire purpose.
you can
That
no,
does
you
defeat
still
the
kill
entire
them,
You
but
were
you can get
defeating
all
me.
of them
No,
back.
Finn.
You get
You're
them
making
all
it a
back in
reservation.
enlistment.
You're making it an
you
RR.
don't lose troops in.
No.
Every
you still,
other aspect, you don't
still
lose
hospital.
troops. Unless
you
you fill
still
your hospital, yeah.
You still do your hospital, but all the troops that would otherwise die go into enlistment. So you still need like 5 days in order to recover everything.
But that's
But I
the
think the
point.
problem is zero.
Okay, so this is the point that I actually stress because Echo, a friend of mine, is on 563, and we play there occasionally just for videos and stuff like that.
Oh, there we go. Another state, 563. Hold on.
Truth comes out.
Anyway, they are very like the state. I enjoy the state, but the rules are a little bit more strict than any state that I've been in. And the big thing was about kill event. You know, you don't zero, you don't do this, you don't do that. You know, all of these things for kill event. And my main argument is if you have a state that is mostly peaceful, that never has any problems with zeroing because people can't attack more than 2 times, and you don't have a kill event, do you really think that anyone's going to know how to play during an SVS? They won't know what the hell to do other than to shield. Like, they won't know how to protect themselves. They won't know how to fight. They won't know how to port around. They won't know how to do anything, like even raining each other. Like, honestly, I feel like that's kind of what gets you prepared and gets you not battle hardened, but just experience with fighting in a war game. Like, I think...
Do you think we'll fight them in SVS? Because that sounds like a really fun server for us to face.
I know,
at least for me.
I know, but they're really good. Don't get me wrong. The top alliances are really good players. It's just the state is trying to grow.
Just picturing like a bunch of like
it's a
hardened
newer state.
like soldiers walking into like a hippie town and just destroying it all.
Just breaking shit.
It's just
all over the
Apex.
place.
It's just
Hippo raid.
Apex. Apex
No.
walks in with a whole belt full of grenades and just tosses them all to these bunch of hippies just standing there, all peaceful, blows them all
Okay,
up.
don't
I got
listen.
myself
Do you know
killed.
how fast or how long it took me to kill all of my infantry last SVS doing
About 5
solo
minutes.
attacks on people?
About 5 minutes, Apex. We saw you. You were hitting like 1,000
It
people.
was exactly 23 minutes, and I was down from 140,000 infantry to 85 infantry.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's like Kyle punching walls left and right, monster energy smashing and just.
I
So-
spent
I've now-
something like
I've now
340,000 biocaps in that 20-minute period,
So
and
the
like 30 elite ports.
the thing with 563 is they're a very newer state. Like, the state is not that old at all. Like, they don't even have the new heroes. They don't even come out for another like 15 days. Like, they have
They're still doing state intel? Or-
yeah, they don't even have a SVS. Like, you know, so they're new. So yes, those rules are good in the beginning for everything but kill event. Because kill event is when you get your practice, when you test out like what other alliances are. Is this one jumpy? Is this one bitter? Is this one gonna, get mad over things, or is this one gonna be cool? It's a game. Those are the type of time that the kill event is, when you test those things out. And like, I just think, come on, you got to have at least one time during the whole
Not for
state.
nothing though, but like, if you allow yourself to be zeroed during kill event, you are not paying attention at all.
Yeah.
The notification that comes on your phone, just you decide to disregard. The fact that you get free shields, you also decide to disregard.
You get free, and every alliance sends out notifications. It's kill event. It's kill event. It's kill event.
You're just not reading anything in the game. You're just walking through and just being like, "Oh,
I'm not gonna lie.
I just want to send out my farmers."
Delete.
That's insane.
I got hit during kill event, and it's because I was drunk at a barbecue. But it was my own fault. Do you think I got mad at anybody? No.
Yes.
T was over there doing shots on a pong table,
First
and
of all,
that was my fault.
Where are my reins? Hey.
Yeah, I was pretty mad about that. It was during Jack time, so.
So do you think I got mad at any about that? No. Well, I was a little bit mad about that.
I mean, come on, you saw me get hit and you didn't rain me. I'm not mad, but I'm mad. Just FYI.
I mean, at that point, though, seriously, it's like there should be someone that's reinforcing you.
No, but it's no one's fault but your own.
Because that gets fun.
No, it's easier to save your troops, for sure. Troops are a lot easier to prevent getting zeroed. If you're a weaker base and you're not going to have somebody on that's going to be able to rain you, right? Even if you're not going to be able to get shielded, right? You put it in the tower, you put it in your headquarters. There's so many places that you can just stash your troops.
Send them out to farms.
Exactly.
Really far away. Like you can send your troops out to anywhere on the map. So
people will find those.
45. You can put them at a 45-minute march in the middle of nowhere.
Apex hunts for those. Yeah,
I literally will look for those.
Yeah,
what?
those are easy targets.
Apex hunts for who?
Like
I hunt for everyone. The
people that put the encampments to save their troops.
Oh yeah,
they send it out into a corner.
Why would they do that?
Because it's always like 150,000 of one type of troop, and it's just like, oh, this is free fucking points.
So the easiest thing in the new states, to be honest, I don't even mean to say this because, yes, the new states have different challenges versus the old, but you have free shields in the new states. If you have an alliance center, you have free shields, like, all the time. Like, honestly, that's true. You have shields, and so, like, RSG, like, anybody... I hate to say this, but anybody that got zeroed during a kill event in RSG, when we had, like, what did we have, 9 AC centers? Mm-hmm. Sorry. Yeah. I'm like Jeff Probst from Survivor. I ain't got nothing for you. Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous.
No, my only thing is there's the so troops are easier. The resources end up being the harder thing. And I know at least in playing like a lower account specifically for that reason in the state, like if you're not keeping up with the higher end and you have a much lower headquarters than your like the average in your state, you're going to become a target. And if you're not on all the time to shield, it becomes a potential problem. It's one of the things I like about SVS, which is that if you're not hitting somebody within like 3 levels, you're not getting like the resources, right? I think something like that might be beneficial to keep the lower people that are just outmanned out. There's alliances where there's like just lower alliances, right? And we want as a state to keep them active, keep them going, and they may end up becoming higher and becoming valuable to a higher level alliance. But we have a whole spectrum of players. The troops I'm not as worried about, but I think the resources is a lot harder. Either you spend it, or if you're trying to save for something more expensive, it's sometimes hard to actually spend it in time. And there's really not any place where you can kind of, I guess, launder the resources, right? Where you can recover them. So my only thing would be that in Kill Event, they might implement something similar to Kill Event or SVS, where it's either like three levels.
I would absolutely hate that.
I know you would.
The thing with me is,
Apex wants
in
kills.
SVS, I don't care about the 3 level thing. If I see like a level 27 or something sitting there with like 600k troops, I'm going to hit it and I'm going to zero it. Just because I can.
Apex wants troops. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Apex is going in Kill Event for the kills. McVenom is
would
going
go
into
for
kill event
res.
to find res.
In
Exactly.
kill event, Finn,
So I'm
every
not
time I
gonna-
go
see,
hunting,
I'm
I don't
not
give a
a-
crap about resources.
I know
just go
you
for
don't,
res
but
most
that's what
troops.
everybody else does. That's
So,
why
no.
I figured that idea would be like Apex. I don't really care. That's fine.
Because
I want
you
dead
know what the
bodies.
difference is?
stacked
Apex will
this
zero and
high.
spend. He is a spender. So he thinks like a spender. He doesn't care losing a bunch of troops attacking because he can, get those troops back and spend the res to get it. I am not a spender. So if I'm going to attack and lose some troops attacking, you better have some res for me to get that, because there's no way I'm going to build those back. You know what I'm saying? Like, there needs to be some kind of payoff for me. I'm not getting out of bed for nothing. So I think that taking that away is going to destroy kill event for most people. Might not
Or
for
get
the
you to
big-
farm
Actually,
more.
No, it's going
Are
to
your troops farming right
you know what
now?
it's gonna do?
Are your troops
Listen,
farming?
Finn.
I love Mako nodding. He knows.
Finn.
Are you farming right now?
Finn, I'm going to mute you. Listen.
Reserves are free.
I have
They're
a freaking
free.
point to make, you guys. The thing is that kill event, if you put it down to a level thing, that you're going to take away the incentive for people that actually play it for res and do things, and they're not going to play it as much anymore, and all you're going to have is the Apexes and the Daedrix.
It's a kill event. It's not a res
going
event.
around and killing your troops for nothing.
It's called a kill event, not a res event.
You know what?
I think
I
not for nothing, but I think what they should do is they should basically open up the option. So after SVS, you have to get like a certain amount of tickets to revive your troops. I
would be
think
okay
the
with that.
Alliance should be able to donate res to a person that got hit. Whether it's where they only lose like 10% of reserves they lost if they got hunted for reserves. Get them refilled by the stores that bigger people have.
You know what? I've been zeroed once or twice, like this many times. It is not that big a deal. It is not. Yes,
True.
It sucks, but it's not like game ending unless you want to make it game ending. Like, it's really not. If you have a good alliance, you can bounce back. Now, of course, you're not going to be able to do the same things you could for a while, but it's not game ending. Like, it really isn't. So
I love this. So you get zeroed, right? But you've been zeroed by somebody who doesn't need resources, right? The person that zeroed you doesn't need resources. So
they
he
need
steals
kills
your
for
resources.
kill event, and I
And
left
they just
my
want to
troops
zero
out.
you for being McVenom. I'm aware. So you're McVenom, and the person wanted to zero you for being McVenom.
I mean, it
I'm
happens
aware
more times
Yeah.
than you'd think.
I
To
know,
be honest,
I'm aware.
I get
So-
69 rallies.
so
all
Not on
They-
359, it better not.
Objections on record. I will allow it.
Yeah.
Finn, continue.
Okay, go
So-
ahead, Finn.
So you get your res stolen by somebody that doesn't. Then you need res. So where
That wouldn't
do you
happen
go?
because I don't leave res out. But
You
go
just
ahead.
said you got.
We'll do hypothetically.
You just said you got zeroed.
I had zeroed, not
Truth
res.
zeroed.
Okay.
I didn't
Truth
have
zeroed.
res out.
Okay.
I just got
But
zeroed
you-
because it was Dainty Taint and my name is T McVenom. That's how it works.
Okay.
But yeah, go
So-
ahead.
So if you lost resources,
Best name
and
ever.
you don't have it, right? Where do you go? You go to a lower level headquarter that has resources.
Yes.
So you hit them.
Yes.
They
Well,
obviously
shit
have
flows
resources
downhill.
because they're active,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
now they're without resources.
And
So where do they go?
they go to the next
Farming.
person and they go farm.
Yeah. Do you know how long it takes to farm the resources?
Then I do. That's why I don't do it. It's the pecking order
Exactly.
of life.
So
it's
If
the
you don't have your
circle of
timer
life.
set up, it takes a long
So
time.
when you
I
say,
will
like-
work
like-
Mufasa. The
Oh, I
antelope
know.
eat the
Marches when
grass.
you're
We
asleep.
eat the antelope.
Not that
That's
bad.
how it works.
I know. So if that's the way you want it, that's fine. But when you say, like, just because you get zero doesn't mean you can't build up. It depends on where you are. If you are higher up on the food chain, you hit somebody lower, you can recover your res. If you're lower on the food chain and you get zeroed, it takes a long ass time to get your resources back.
No, it doesn't. Because
I'm-
if you're lower on the field chain, you don't have that many
I-
troops anyway.
It's not the troops, it's the res that you get
It's-
zeroed from.
What are you talking about? How much res are you talking about, Finn? If somebody sits out with 600 mil res, are you telling me that they
Well, I
shouldn't
know
be
exactly what
zeroed?
you're talking about.
I don't understand what you're talking about. Are you talking
You
about
don't need
100 mil
600
res?
mil.
Are you talking about 10 mil res? Because there's a big, huge difference. 10
Let's say
mil
100
res
mil.
you can get in a day. 100 mil res, you shouldn't have that sitting out. Like, there's no way that you should have that sitting out as a 21 level.
There's a lot
100
of
mil
res
res, you can
required
do 100 mil res in less than a week.
Yes.
in a
Yeah.
week. Yeah.
If you're a farmer.
But you're not going to be able to hit for that in like 2 days like McVenom would be if she was, even if she's in the middle of the state. So it's not like zeroing is
Finn,
even
I don't
based
know
on
what
just...
game you're trying to play, but you're not going to make me feel bad for hitting people in a war game for res that they've got sitting out.
You're not. It's supposed to be for kills. It's just like Apex said, and even your
I
favorite
will
Zoltan
hit
said the
for
same
kills.
thing.
No,
Kill
I will
event is
hit
for kills.
I
Not
attack
for res.
outside a kill
I
event
will
for kills
hit for
too, just
kills.
as
I
a
know.
board.
However,
Apex just kills for kills. It is a
No.
killing game.
I will hit for kills, but if you have 200 mil or more sitting out and there's kills in there too, I will really hit you. Like I will.
Your
court to hit
inability to farm is very sad.
Wow, we zeroed
I'm
a
sorry.
few for
I am a
600
chemo
to
nurse.
800
I'm a
mil.
mom. I'm a wife. I have got family obligations. I don't have time to sit and farm all day, so I hit. That's my game.
Mako, do you work?
Well, they farm. You don't have to be
Do
on
you
for them
have
to
a
farm.
family? In fact, do you have a newborn? Are your troops currently gathering resources?
It's Women's Day. That's all I'll say about this. You're all men. It's Women's Day. It's Women's Day, and you're all men. So, no.
600 million plus reserves a day. That's really hard.
Yeah.
That's really hard.
Apex and I
Unless you're
hit-
concentrating on just like
Yeah, delete.
food and wood.
Apex and I
Really,
hit
and
a
three-
hive. We hit a hive the other
Yeah, it was
day.
it was a high. It was a 26. He had 300 million food, 300 million wood, like
What
60
are
million
you
iron, and like
doing?
20 million gas, and it
So,
was a 26.
What are you doing with 300 million? You
You
could
have to
do
save up.
7 upgrades.
And it
with
wasn't
that.
a farm either. This was a main account.
Yeah, you have to save up for the headquarters.
I'm probably
Finn,
sending
I would
30
hit
to
you. I
40
would hit you
one
if you were
troop
not
marches
RSG.
until the dude figures out that that we know.
Is that a bad thing? Asking for a friend.
Nope.
Actually, on the killing of troops topic, I'm really irritated with how long it takes to train troops in this game. It might just be because I kill them too fast, but it's like it just takes too long to me.
Dude. And that's
so-
but that's what stops you from just completely being the strongest in the game and just murdering everyone.
Yeah.
That's literally the only
gosh.
thing that stops you.
I got
Because if they made
messages.
troops faster to train, you would just be able to go on a rampage the entire time. You know, and they could
You
rebuild
would. You'd
But-
have Apexes
but-
running loose throughout the whole kingdom nonstop.
Nonstop.
Like, not just
yeah,
kill
they
event,
could
but
rebuild
nonstop.
faster, but so could you. And you could just take it again. But then you would just be able to continue to build troops because the reserves that you got from them, they wouldn't be able to replace fast enough. And if you truly zero someone, you can't replace the reserves as fast because you don't have the troops out of enlistment yet to send out marches. That's the big thing. And then you can't participate in trap, res raid, because
Yeah.
if you have any wounded,
I
you
agree
can't
with
do
that.
anything in res raid. You know, you've got to clear your hospital before you can join stuff. So it could stop you from playing the game if you're just completely wiped out.
So let's
So that's
make
why
a
it takes a while to
concession then.
build
Let's-
troops.
Let's say a
I
compromise.
love our chat.
Delete. No, we'll make a
Cat is on
compromise.
fire today.
Are you
Well-
reading our chat?
Yes,
300
I will
million
get
is
to
a
it.
lot.
Hold on. No. If they're calling me all like drunk tits, I don't want to hear it. But listen, I will make a compromise because what you said was actually very true. Now, like the whole thing about like you can't do anything, you can't farm, blah 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 blah. But like what you said was legit. There is events that you can't participate once you get zeroed, and you have to build back up from that. How about in the beginning, let's say in the first 3 to 6 months of a state, you limit it. But after 6 months, if you don't know how to like protect troops, protect res, or you don't have like, honestly, after 6 months, you should have some shields saved up for kill event if you don't want to participate. Like that would be my cutoff. Like, Finn,
I'm raising my hand.
this is not a conversation. Like you don't get to talk right now. Delete. What do you think? Mako, what do you think? Apex. You think a compromise of like, let's say if you're under 6 months, we'll talk about like maybe doing a kill event parameters. But after that, you should be like, you should know what kill event is.
Well,
I
see,
say
I've never
three.
been a huge fan of just straight up zeroing people,
Yeah.
like going in and just attacking over and over
I
and
don't like
over again
zeroing.
just
I
to kill all the
honestly,
troops. 'Cause
personally,
that's
I
kind of
hate
pointless to
zeroing.
me.
I hate
But it's
I
like,
zeroing.
mean,
well,
it's
my
very it's very penal for the attacker because you suffer
Yeah.
loss.
Yeah. You know what's
You
funny
know,
is
and like,
Finn's fussing about the zeroing thing and about how like I shouldn't zero people. I have never zeroed a single person in my life. I will attack the shit out of somebody for res, but I have never zeroed. The minute they start getting like losses, like that's the last hit. You know, like I don't want to like zero somebody. Like it's not fun to like make somebody quit. I try to like actually Leo said something about like it's not fun to like hear the crying. I want to teach them how to be better. Then I messaged them, hey, do you know how to do this or what? You know, like you teach them and you help them figure it out. Go ahead, Finn. Oh my gosh.
I like your
I just want to
compromise.
say that I hit a player in our state 18 times in a row, and it felt really good, like really good. When I
And then
can
you
send all
apologize.
six, no, I
But
didn't.
that's the only
Not
time you've
to
ever
that
done that,
person.
though. You've never done that,
Yeah,
delete.
only time I've ever done it because this was a person that like literally thought they were king crap and would always chime in and say something nasty to someone. But it was also like part of an alliance that would come over to us and decide to destroy bases that were much smaller. Like we'll zero, in a trip would zero 3 to 4 bases of ours. And then people would quit, like when a big player attacks your settlement and they're so much stronger than you, I can see why someone's like, oh, logging in, being like, oh, I'm going to send out my marches and go farm and do my dailies. And they've got so many other things popping up on their screen. And it's just like, wow, do I really want to start this all over again? I could see why that could be a thing. But there are certain people that are going to go like, you know what? I'm going to get them back. The revenge aspect of it is probably a big draw too. That's also like, that will create a spender. That'll create a dolphin, so it's beneficial for the game, but
Absolutely.
You are right.
To a point.
so
That is why I
to a
like
point.
McVenom's compromise, but in reverse.
What?
I
What?
I do not think
don't
in the
mess up my
first
compromise.
no in the first 6 months of the game, everybody's headquarters are close enough that you need to learn how to defend yourself, and attacking somebody in order to gain an advantage is what gets you in the higher state. There isn't that disparity. What happens after 6 months is that you have plasma threes hitting an HQ 26 in order to steal resources, and that screws up everything. It's that disparity you get in late game that causes the problems. So in the first 6 months, if you make it a free-for-all and you can take whatever and there's no restrictions, go for it. After 6 months is when you need that restriction, because even to Delete's point, right? If a plasma 3 hits a HQ 26, the HQ 26 is not going to have the mindset of let me spend and try to beat it, because there's way too much of a gap. But if a plasma 3 hits a plasma 1, you can get that person to say, okay, I'm going to spend all the way to get a plasma 3, and now you built a spender. So there needs to be a restriction, but after like a 6-month mark, that would be fine. I think that in the first 6 months, to your point, McVenom, that's where you develop whether or not you know how to play the game. You get hit, you lose troops, you lose resources, you fall behind in your state, but you're not far enough behind that you can't catch up. It also makes it so that new players that come into your state, because we've asked people to join State 359 to join RSG and have fun with us, right? Luckily, our alliance is higher, so we can protect them, and no one's just going to like usually randomly attack us.
Steamroll, yeah.
Exactly. But if we're telling people to join 359 and we were in a more aggressive state, let's just say Apex wasn't a part of RSG and he just decided to go and just hit all these bases that were storing up resources and zeroing them, you would basically create a Durgan where he wouldn't be able to build, and then all of a sudden he'd be kicked out of the alliance, just like in 125. Like that is what is going to happen.
Stop it. Listen, I
Don't
don't
be
like
a Durgan.
it
It's true.
I don't like it when you throw the logic shit at me, Finn. That does make sense, but I don't want to hear it right now. But I agree with you that That does make sense because it is a big difference when everybody is closer to the same level than when they're not. You're more inclined to quit when someone like Delete hits somebody at a level 29.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't. There's not a but. You're fucking right, and I hate it. So let's just go on and move. So
I see a. Go ahead, Apex.
See, I have like a counterpoint to that.
Yes,
is
please.
You get, then what happens is you'll get a dynamic where everyone had all this fun in the beginning of the state, and now they have more restrictions, and then people don't want to fight as much. And a lot of time, I mean, you're right. At the end of, like, at our point, a Plasma 3 is not going to attack a Plasma 1 in a solo attack. They're going to attack like a level 27 or 28 because they know they can win a solo against them.
Yeah, I mean, they're more guaranteed. You know, the logic's there. You know, for that. I think, you know, the person I soloed also was a 3-star Plasma base, and it was like it was a person that was at the edge, right? And out of their alliance, you know, they had 26s, 28s at the time. I chose someone right in the middle, where in turn, the alliance that I hit would only go after like 24s, 25s, even at max capacity of their settlement, they would still crush it. And it was just like, dude, what's going on? If you're going to do it like this. Hit someone that's actually strong enough to come back, you know? Because it's like I did the math. On the 16 attacks, it took about a month and a half to get him back BP-wise to where he was because of the losses he was taking. Just because of the losses he was taking.
Who was it?
Robin Hood.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna say
But
it,
he
but
was
you
like,
know what I'm gonna say.
He's no longer playing the game, but it was like he would come in and be like, yeah, shove it in your, you know what? And I'd be like, what, dude?
Yeah, he talked
You're not
nasty.
even a big player.
Like, you just being nasty, man. Hey,
Like,
before
what
you
was
guys
that?
continue on, I want to put out the third code because I see some people in chat. Please don't share them. You guys, it's just for you guys watching. Try really hard to make sure that everybody in the stream that has been here the whole time making great comments. You guys are making fantastic comments. Let's keep it to here. And then after the stream, if people want to share it, that's fine. But I want to make sure all of you get it. So the third code is Jacket Hero. That's your third code. So the first one was Hot Mess. Second one was code Zoltan. And the third one was Jacket Hero. They are limited codes, so they expire quick. So you guys get your codes. I wanted to make a comment. Apex, did you see... And Finn, I think it was somebody from 359 say something?
I can't see the chat, so
I don't know what you're referring to, so.
Hold on. I'll find it.
While you're looking for that, I'll just comment on one other thing. So, Pub Blacklist said that I haven't seen people that are HQ 30 in 10 days. The stats that you look at are not just the top versus the bottom, right? You have to look at the entirety of the state and like the average and how close you are. You're not going to be not everyone's going to be able to keep up with the top. That's not what I'm saying. You're going to have people that are falling behind, but the idea is that you are you are within like top 200 of your state, right? That's what you're ultimately trying to be, somewhere in that general area. So if you're able to keep up in that and then spend to keep up, that's fine. If you have somebody that's like whaled out and maxed out the game in like 2 days, they overspent. They got all their research done because they just bought everything to their way there. They got all the troops and all that. There's no way anyone is going to be able to really keep up with that short of spending. That's not the people that you're protecting by doing that. So in the first 6 months, you learn where you are in the state, right? How you play, how you want to spend, how you compare with other people in the state, where you end up. That's why it's important in the first 6 months. And McVenom knows this. In 359, like, we got attacked. I got pissed in one of them, and I was like, I was on the verge of spending, but then we had other people spend, and I'm like,
you
okay,
were also on the verge of quitting, too. You were on that precipice of, I feel like spending a shit ton to catch up, but I also feel like quitting this game. So
Yeah.
it was a fine line. And I am one of those firm believers that in the beginning of a state, especially the first month or so, to have some set rules. I am. And I don't want to misconstrue this as like I'm not some ruthless killer that's going out and zeroing people. I don't do that. I will hit people for res. Don't give that face, Finn. I don't zero people.
Poor Durgan.
I didn't zero Durgan. I just kicked him out of the alliance, and he
You
No,
just
we
kicked
didn't
him.
vote Durgan.
come
You just
on.
kicked him out.
I mean, I would hit my mom if she was carrying like 600 mil res. Like that's just what would happen.
Wow.
Wow. And
I wouldn't
Apex,
even
you
go
thought
that
you were
far.
ruthless.
So
I'm not-
no,
I'm
I
not
don't.
one of these ruthless
Finn,
killers, you
stop
know,
it.
going after. I would attack my mom if she has 600.
Listen, it's a game. Well, you know what's funny is that you say that, but if my mom was sitting across from me playing Monopoly, you don't think I would freaking monopolize the board on her? It's a game. It's a game. And we have to still get our personal enjoyment out of it, but I'm not saying be a total dickhead. I'm saying you can still play the game and not be a jerk about it. You can still be ruthless and you can still fight and not be a jerk. There is a very fine line, I understand, but you can do it. And Varfi, I'm not sure who that is, but I have a feeling who it is. And he said in state 359, current KE rule state is maximum 1 rally or 3 solo attacks on 1 settlement. No alliance gang raids on 1 settlement. I actually agree with that. No alliance. Like I can't stand people that pick fights and then bring like 2 whole alliances with them to hit 1 person. I think that's ridiculous. But and we're really good about stopping attacks when losses are observed, not including wounded. We are good about that, but at the same time, I do personally believe that you can kill a state just as quick with 2 strict rules as you can with no rules. I really do believe that. Like, if there is no fun to be had in the state, they're going to jump to a more competitive state, or they're just going to go rogue and then get ostracized and quit anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like there needs to be a fine balance of rules. And I just saw that Arthur is in chat. What the heck?
Harder. Yeah, man.
Harder
Number
in
2.
53.
We actually number 1 in the BP. We actually faced in SBS, and I think he changed his name. It was Wu Ha. Was his name when he was, and he just completely destroyed us.
He's ridiculous. Like, I didn't even. It took me a second. I was like, wait a minute, is that LDN? Like Teddy's LDN?
Arter's
Nice.
like legit. I'm looking forward to that live stream. You know, that Teddy live stream, I'm gonna be honest.
So did you
I'm-
see
I can learn a lot.
LDN and SNM?
Yeah.
SVS?
Yeah, Fury doesn't have a chance. Just like she
Honestly,
wouldn't have
though,
a chance against Law.
I have to.
And
You
what?
better stop it. Sweet Tits is gonna kill you. But
I
honestly,
know.
they did a good job. I think it was just It was just
It's too much.
apples to oranges at that point. Like, to be honest. So
Yeah. I mean,
love her, but oh my gosh, it was something. So well
Yeah.
done for y'all, you guys. Letty, I did not zero Durgan. Let's get
No,
that
she
straight.
kicked him out. It's even worse. He can't even protect himself. He has no one to help him. Poor Durgan. Brought into a state well beyond when he started. He had some friends that then abandoned him.
Delete and Mako
Literally
made me
booted
do
him
it. Delete and Mako
Sure they
did
did.
it.
no. Durgan,
It-
you kicked out Durgan.
I
And
don't
then
think so.
I had to-
I think that you guys told me to, or something like that, maybe.
No, first off, Mako
Because
would
we're
try to
gonna bring
help
in Red.
Durgan. You know exactly how this would have gone. Mako would have tried to help Durgan figure out like a farming strategy so that he would be able to progress. Delete might have said to kick Durgan, but then would have immediately told Durgan, you can hit me for some res so that you can build up. So it's not either of them.
Which is extremely nice to do.
Hey!
Mhm.
Hey.
Oh, look, Mr.
Hey.
Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles
Mhm.
is in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to see
Oh.
you too. Oh my
Poor
gosh,
Durgan.
there's
I
all
think-
these great new or old people, like old
Mhm.
friends.
We
Got
we
Sweet in
booted
there
Durgan.
too.
Sweet addict.
Oh,
Sweet Addict is
Oh.
here. Hi, Sweet.
Aw, sweets. Love her.
so sweet.
Durgan is not poor Durgan, by the way. Durgan is very
Poor
capable
Durgan.
of handling himself, and you saw by evidence. Hey, what about the jokes? Did anybody put any jokes in?
Nothing
Yeah,
new since the
well,
other one.
nothing
So-
new.
FYI, for all you new people that are joining, we have a contest going on. If you put joke, exclamation joke, and then put in any kind of joke, as long as it's not too vulgar, put in a joke. We're going to, at the end of the stream, pick one of the jokes that have been listed, and you get a free zombie coffee mug.
Hey, it's Echo. How are you doing, Echo?
So make sure that you put a joke in, and then you guys get I will send you a zombie coffee mug, which is one of our sponsors, Zombie Coffee. So please put a joke in, because right now the winner is, who was the winner?
I don't know. You liked
it
all
was-
of them so far.
No,
Well,
it was
I'll
the
read them back.
pizza and the dough guy.
Weirdo.
The
weirdo
What was
one.
it?
Weirdo.
Yeah. What kind of
Telling
person
you.
doesn't like pizza?
A
weirdo.
That was my favorite. I did enjoy that one.
There you go.
Echo, you sweet thing.
It's
What are
gonna
you
tickle
doing,
my soul
Echo?
forever.
What?
Actually, I have a thing we could talk about. Because
Oh.
we're talking about state rules now. How do you go about punishing people that then break the state rules? Because we had a state rule broken that I'm trying to figure out a
The first occupancy one from earlier today.
yes.
So
Depends on who they are.
No,
You know, it really depends on who they are.
You know what they
Because
did?
if your top player breaks a rule, how are you
Hey,
going to attack
do
them?
you know what they did? Everybody ported over to a bunker, and they rushed the bunker. They soloed it for first reward.
It's not even that. It was me and like 3 other people in RSG. I set the rally on the bunker. One of the people from the alliance that I guess we were facing on that bunker teleported in, sped a march on the bunker to get the first occupancy, and then after they got it, they immediately teleported away.
Yep. So there's two things
So they
to
knew
do.
exactly what they were
They
doing.
knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they claimed that they didn't know that they were new, but our state is
No.
old enough, you should
So-
know what you're doing. Sorry.
Yeah, so there's two ways we've handled that in 359. One is that the Alliance sits out for the next fortress, so they don't get anything. They don't get a chance at it. So that's one way. The other way is that they don't admit what's wrong, and other alliances come and zero the crap out of them, which we've done also with other
I like the
alliances.
second
like that.
option.
Yeah.
Mm.
We have had that where the alliance refuses to do anything and doesn't admit that they had the issue and all of that. And there have been some massive raids. And not gonna lie, I don't know if he's there. It's a lot of times of Irish in chat, give me the chords, and just having fun. So
That's when the game was fun for us.
It
You
is
know,
fun.
I mean, when it was really fun for me, it was like, okay, you know, send me the chords. What's going on? Because I would
you
show
were
up
like
and
an
people would be like,
assassin.
sheriff's in town. You know,
Yeah.
like, ooh, you know, but it's also a pretty good strategy in states that don't have that rule. Not for nothing, but that solo hit on a bunker. So what will happen is, or at least what I've seen happen, is there'll be a spy in your alliance who will tell everyone else or your alliance what bunkers and facilities you are registering for. What that allows you to do is limit the growth of that alliance, because it's supposed to 10 people being able to join a rally to get those first rewards, which are pretty sizable. The first occupant is pretty nice, and when you can launch a rally, everyone shares in that, or the people that are in that rally share in that. So if you go ahead and sneak in there and you steal first occupant from there, you're taking a pretty good amount from an alliance. You know, so that's a great way to kind of limit them. And Triple X was actually doing that, or another alliance, our number 2 alliance actually was doing that against our number 1 alliance for a really long time. So let me tell you, it bothered them to like no end.
So this is my thought on it, is like, I understand the point of what Apex wants to do. Like, let's just go zero them because that's stupid. Everybody should know that. However, we all have that one dude. Maybe even 2 or 3 dudes in our alliances that just does not freaking listen, but he's so endearing and he's like family. We keep taking him on. We keep like putting up with his shit, but he is always the screw up. He is always the one that does stuff like this, or either like just completely says, I didn't realize. So I hate to punish a whole alliance for one guy. I'm more of the like mindset of if it happens once, okay, you have a chance. But if it happens twice, I'm
See,
like,
I
the whole
was
place is
looking
on
at it
fire.
like that right up until I found out that the person that did it was an R4.
I agree,
And I was like,
but
you
people
he
make
tapped.
Apex. This is your first
Yeah.
server, and I made you R4. People make R4s for any reason. Like, they just do. Like, it could have been they just made him an R4 because of power. Like, their strategy might be power R4ing. Like, and some alliances do that. I don't know any in personal life that do that, but some do that. Like, they like stack based on power. But at the same time, I feel like we did a pretty good job with you. Like, once we hit you R4, like, you knew all the rules already. Like, I agree with you on that. But
keep in mind,
I
though,
zeroed.
the
Well, I didn't
zeroing.
zero, but
Go ahead, delete.
the last person that did that to Law during like a statewide nap, I hit, and they were like a level 26, and that was a monstrous report. That was an absolute awful report.
I bet it was.
You know, that was a massacre. That was an absolute massacre.
What happened to you?
To me, nothing. And
Of
then
course, because you're
apologized.
Mr. Wonderful. You probably talked your way out of it.
I apologize.
Okay, I have a
You
question.
can
How
hit
many
me for
losses
red,
did they
sugar.
take? How many
It was-
losses did they take?
It was over 300,000
Losses?
That's it?
losses.
That's pretty
That's
bad.
it. Off of
Yeah.
one solo.
One
Yeah,
hit
I've
solo, that's
gotten
pretty
more
big.
than that. Let me see if I'm going to pull up some reports. And I'll show you after. But I think I've gotten some more from that.
But
Wow.
okay,
But
the main topic is if it's an alliance that does this, I really do think you should give one chance, and then after that, then you burn the hive down if you want to, but you really honestly have to give like a mistake made. We have a dummy in our alliance that doesn't listen to anything we say. We will take care of it, and if they don't take care of it, then you take consequences. I do agree with the whole like don't let them register for a bunker for the next one. I think that's a pretty good penalty to pay for the fact that you're going to miss out on bunker rewards for another round. It's pretty. I think it's a pretty good trade-off. I mean, it doesn't give me anything in my pocket, but at least I feel like justification and or what is it? Like justice was served in a way, and then if it happens again, I can like.
It's not the first thing to zero them, right? The zeroing only happens if the alliance somehow tries to. They don't accept their mistake, which is what we've had before. We have had alliances in our state chat do that, right? Do the solo of a bunker. They get called out, and they're basically like, well, we're facing somebody much higher than us. That's the only thing we could do. Oh, well. And that's when you get zeroed, because now you're not accepting it. You're not taking it. And so that's when we've had that situation. It's not the first resort to zero them. The first resort or the first rule for us is sit out the bunker, especially for the first one. Then afterwards, it can be different. But yeah.
Oh my gosh! I just read the funniest joke. Okay, number one, Echo Gaming said, I still think I have the noobest of status in my alliance. You could always join 359, Echo, and I'll promote you all the way up to R2, maybe R3, because you're gold, Pony Boy. We'll do that for you. But the jokes, we missed the jokes. Where's the joke at?
We have a couple of jokes.
Okay.
You want me to read them?
Yes, please, because I'm too gone. But the last one was hilarious. The last one was super hilarious. Do it.
So the first one. By the way, Buzzsaw, you're only allowed one. So the fact that you put in multiple has disqualified you. I'll still read them.
No, his last one has to stay because that is freaking hilarious.
He has submitted 3.
Finn!
You made the rule of 1.
I told him after the fact. I was like, you got to pick one.
It's so good. Okay, well then read that one. Okay, I've got to
read it.
I'm reading it. I'm reading it because it's hilarious. Joke. What do zombies say? Normal zombies say brains. Vegetarian zombies.
No, you have to say it correct.
Okay, you do it then. Fine, Finn.
Normal zombies say brains. Vegetarian zombies say grain. Bodybuilder zombies say gains. Weatherman zombie says rains. And gamer zombies say games. There you go. See?
Oh my god.
There you go.
This is why I love doing this show.
Oh my god. That is probably the
That
funniest
right
thing
there.
I've ever seen.
It's you,
And
the
I don't
people.
know
It's you, the
if-
people, and the people on the panel that keep this going for me, without question. You guys
I'm
are
sorry.
amazing.
I know that
And
you said it
gals.
was disqualified, but that was the
No,
best
Buzzsaw
joke.
did say the last one would count as the one he wants
So,
before
okay,
because
read the other
because
ones. So
Okay.
wait, a precursor. Before you guys, anybody that has put joke, exclamation joke with a joke in, you are in the running for a free zombie coffee mug. So if it's good, you only get one per person, so one chance, and put it in, and we get to pick who's the best joke, who's the funniest joke, and then you guys
Not
get.
for nothing, but this mug,
coffee. Finn talk
this mug is
Drink
zombie like-
coffee.
that's 225,000
Delete.
vial caps right there.
Delete. Do you have actual coffee in yours, or
Of course.
I have
I
Prosecco
don't.
in mine?
How else am I still so vibrant?
Okay, let's go.
Strange
Next
question.
one. Finn.
Hello, Comrade Mayor. No false sleep during stream. Zombie here. Zombie coffee. Keep you awake during bunker stream.
Finn, you're ridiculous. Read the other jokes.
Okay. All right. Next one. So I won't read the other Buzzsaw ones since they
Okay.
don't count. So Sweet had one. She said, "What is the difference between a well-dressed man on a unicycle and a poorly dressed man on a bike?" Attire.
That was actually really cute. That was super cute.
I gotta like that one.
Well done,
I think I'm-
Sweets.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of that. Big fan of that.
The next one from Signet says, "Why do prostitutes love servicing zombies?
That
They
sounds
always
dirty.
leave a tip."
Wait a minute.
You have to think about it.
In
Here
we go.
like 3
all
minutes,
the
that's gonna
processes.
hit you. In 3 minutes, that's gonna hit you.
That's gonna-
Say that again. Just repeat it. Let me hear it.
Why do prostitutes love servicing zombies? They always leave a tip.
Oh my god, it's never just the tip. It is never just the tip. Ladies,
Oh, if it falls off, it is.
no, it is not. Even then, like, ladies, if anybody ever tells you that, any guy ever tells you that, it's never just the tip. Don't believe it. Next joke.
That was it. Those are the ones we've had. Siglet. Prostitute make tip fall off.
You guys are gross. I said to keep them clean. We're so not.
It's not
clean
vulgar.
here.
I mean, that's probably something that would actually happen. So
Me talk about
Wait a
finger.
minute.
What you talk about?
Mako,
Scientifically
wait,
speaking.
Wait. Mako and Apex can get in the running for this too, by the way.
If they want to put a joke in, yeah.
I need to think of a good one. This is the one I'm thinking of right now. Is just completely stupid. No one's gonna find it funny.
Those are usually the ones I
You don't
want,
know
so
your
I'm just
crowd.
throwing that out there.
I find a lot of things funny.
Mhm.
Sweets. I do like yours. I love dad jokes that are like really clean dad jokes. They're like my favorite. So I appreciated yours. However, I have to say Buzzsaws is just funny. I'm sorry, I can't help it. So far he is the winner to me. With the Gamer Zombies games. It's just hilarious. And it had zombies in it. So like but I'm open to you guys trying. Is there anything else that we really wanted to discuss as far as the game goes? I'm starting to slur a bit. Just FYI. It is 11 o'clock. Is there anything else that we really wanted to go over as far as game content? We did talk a lot about like game as far as game rules and states. Was there any final words on that? You know how I feel about it.
I feel like you
I
need to
need a
keep it
happy
lively.
medium. Yes.
You know, I feel like
Yes.
Jeremy talks a lot about his state, and you know, he's just like, it's kind of lame now.
Yeah.
You know, because there is what you want to stop to, or you don't want to end up where you're only doing dailies, right? So whatever you can do to make it so you're not just logging in to do dailies is huge.
100%.
One of those two things is not making your state too competitive and not making your state too lax. If you have somewhere in between, because there were definitely fun times where it was just like, we got to be on the lookout. Someone's coming to attack us. Those are the things that bring you back to the game that you actually, could really enjoy. Because that part of the strategy is solid, and being able to be like, okay, all right, if I use a shield here, and then my timer reset goes to here, and you're mapping out and you're doing things like that, those are fun parts of the game. Believe it or not, those are actually enjoyable parts of the game. When you just log in to kind of do whatever and don't care what happens between, that's when the game gets stale. So I would keep your rules to a point where it encourages activity.
Yep.
That's all I got there.
Okay.
One second, I'm typing out my joke right now. It's kind of long, but it's really fucking funny.
Okay.
I'm
looking
scared.
forward to
I'm a
it.
bit scared, Apex. I really am.
You'll be fine.
Is it going to be clean?
It'll be
Is it
fine.
going to be like
Not at all.
approachable?
Yeah, it's like a story joke.
Is
But
it
it's
really?
funny.
All right.
Like, told it to me
Like a
last
Louis
week. I
C.K.?
almost pissed my pants.
Louis C.K.
Louis C.
I know I shouldn't like him, but I love him, and I shouldn't, but I do. I can't help it.
Why shouldn't you?
I mean, he's a bit controversial. He said some controversial shit, and I do understand.
He's a comedian.
Okay, listen, Finn, don't come at me. He has said some shady shit. However, he's funny as hell, so I do appreciate his him. Come on.
Yeah, but you got to look at comedian history. I mean, Steve Harvey, Richard Pryor. I mean, those were some raunchy things, and they were hilarious. Absolutely
Hilarious.
hilarious.
I mean,
George Carlin? Freaking
Barney Sykes.
Carlin.
yeah, but they
Oh,
owned what they
God.
were saying. They had a right to say what they were saying. Sometimes I feel like some don't, but I do agree he's hilarious. I'll go that far.
I went and I just when growing up, I guess it was because of the commercials. I thought Gallagher was like the funniest thing in the world.
Mhm.
The watermelon
love Gallagher.
smashing guy?
The watermelon.
He actually had
Yeah.
jokes too.
The watermelon guy. I watched a Gallagher
You know who
special.
was my favorite?
It is god awful.
Lies.
Until he hit that watermelon, there is absolutely nothing funny.
Lies.
So no, you know
Lies.
who was
Oh.
my favorite was Mitch
No, it was like
Hedberg.
Carrot Top.
Do you guys remember Mitch Hedberg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was
Yeah.
like the stoned out guy that was just.
Yep.
He was my favorite. He was my absolute favorite. I could listen to him all day. Oh, Finn, there's more jokes. Tell him. Apex, don't laugh at me.
Oh, I'm waiting for
Bro, I'm
him.
laughing at my own joke. I'm not going to be able to
Apex
read
hasn't
this.
typed his joke yet.
Okay, say the
The only other
ones.
joke
We'll
is
save
mine.
Apex's for last because I feel like it's
Yeah,
gonna be.
the only other joke is mine right now.
Okay. Finity's joke. Why are zombies perfect stand-up comics? Because they are dying up there or killing it.
Yes. Yes. It's percolating, and you get a laugh, sir. Enjoy that.
I'm not going
Enjoy
to give
it.
it to him. I'm not giving it to him.
You want to. I told you. I can see it in your face. You want to.
Mm-hmm.
Dane
So-
Cook.
She is.
Dane
She
Cook.
is. She's
Oh.
about to laugh.
I'm not
She-
doing it.
She's
I'm not.
trying so hard not to laugh.
I'm not doing it. So Echo Gaming, Echo said, I love Echo. He said Dane Cook. So Dane Cook is a bit.
That's just a joke. That's a joke. You should have put joke in front of it, and you could win. Just put joke, Dane Cook,
So,
ended right
listen.
there. You might win this
Eyebrow.
entire thing.
Do you
Eyebrow
remember,
comedy.
Do you,
Just joke, Dane Cook. You're done. Winner
do
right
you
there.
remember his special where he's talking about like being in a movie theater and people doing things and he's like, not today, not today, and he's running through it? That was the funniest shit I've ever seen. Like I died laughing.
Dude, he gets a bad rep. He stole a couple jokes. Can't do that.
He does.
But
I agree.
he also rose to like superstar comedian super fast.
Well,
And
it's
then
his
got out
delivery.
of it because it's like brother-in-law. Yeah, his delivery is
His
amazing.
delivery
I'm
is
like,
really funny. His delivery
Dude,
is funny.
he was like the Leo DiCaprio of like being a comedian. It was just like, wow, like it just I don't know. I liked Dane Cook.
I did too.
I do.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the stand up. Mako, I really need to see your joke, by the way. But
I'm just Ralphie May.
Buzzsaw said we have one
He's putting
game
jokes
question.
that don't count. Yeah.
He has a question. Why does the plasma bundle include only construction speeds when way more plasma is needed in research?
Yeah.
They should make them general.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
The biggest thing, they should just make it general. Once you've been playing this game a sufficient amount of time, you will find that construction speed ups are the largest amount of fluff ever created in the game.
Hey, Finn.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful.
Can I
At
send
least
you this
fluff
joke and you
tastes
read
good.
it for me? I'm not going to be able to read this without laughing.
Once you put it in the chat, I'll read it. Don't worry.
I can't even. We can't even do game talk anymore right now. I'm sorry, guys. Save your questions because I am like shit faced at this point, and somebody just put in.
Tweet. Yep.
Also,
I don't know how to put it in the chat while I'm still in.
Listen.
What's it called? Zoom. It won't let me.
Oh, where are you sending it?
Yeah.
I'm going to
I do
send
it
it
on
to you
my
in Discord.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I got it. I do this.
Why
I don't know.
aren't dyslexic? Why are dyslexic zombies mostly safe? They are only Brian's. I'm assuming that means they only like Brian's, but like that's pretty funny.
No. Oh my God, you're not reading that correctly at all.
Oh well, then read it, Finn.
They
Is
only
zombies
eat
dyslexic?
Brian's. Yeah, I know. It's like
They
the
didn't
zombie
say
the only
eat.
thing. Yes, it does.
It doesn't. Read it. Read it.
Bonus joke: why are dyslexic zombies mostly safe? They only eat Brian's.
They don't say eat. Read that again. You weird dyslexic
I think you need to
Finn.
scroll down.
Scroll up.
Scroll down. There's
That's
one that
another
says
pause.
joke that doesn't count. Why are dyslexic zombies mostly? And then he pauses. Then he rewrote it. Said, why are dyslexic zombies mostly safe? They only eat Brian's.
I'm telling you, delete. Does it say only eat or is it only Brian's?
So there's two. The one that he rewrote is actually incorrect. The one that's above that is correct.
Thank you.
He wrote it right the first time.
Mm-hmm. You wrote it right the first time.
The second
Circle gets
time
a square.
is not correct, and that's the one I was reading. Thank you very much.
Mako goes for the block.
Mako, give us a joke, man.
I don't have any very nice jokes.
Read sweets. You should read sweets.
Okay, sweets. What do you call a dangerous burrito? A gangster rap.
See?
Okay.
Listen, we got a funny crowd.
Yeah, we do.
We got a funny crowd.
I'm still, I have to say, I'm still leaning towards Buzzsaw's zombie one with the brains and the grains
Okay.
and the games. I think that was
Damn,
hilarious.
Apex. Okay, so Apex has like a narrative joke. Are you
Holy
ready?
Really? That would be Apex. He's very like, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, here we go. All right, is it ready, Apex, or are you adding more?
Close to end of the stream because I am out of Prosecco. Just
Apex?
FYI.
Is Apex on mute? He's laughing too hard.
He's probably laughing hysterically. Probably reading it to his girlfriend.
He said
Probably
he's-
like
okay.
there.
I think it's ready. Okay, so here we
Okay,
go.
Let's do it.
A man no more than 4 feet tall walks into a whorehouse with a honeycomb and a donkey and loudly proclaim, "Ma'am, my wife has left me and I've had one hell of a day and I need your finest prostitute." The madam at the desk, quite taken aback, asks, "What happened?" The little person replies, "My wife found a genie in a bottle and the tricky bastard messes up her wishes." "What did she wish for?" asked the madam. "First, she wished for a house fit for a queen and gave her this goddamn beehive. And then she asked for the finest ass in the land and got this effing donkey. And for the third wish, she asked him to make my... Oh my God.
I can't. You gotta say it, Finn.
I don't know if I can read this.
Second house. What? Second was what?
The second, I
land the
asked for the
plane.
finest ass in the land and I got this effing donkey. And for the third wish, she asked him to make my... Really, Apex? We're supposed to keep it clean.
Land the
Oh.
plane.
What the hell? We're already this far.
Yeah.
For the third wish, she
we're at
asked
this
him to
point.
make
Bring
my
it in.
cock. Okay, for the third wish, she asked him to make my cock hang below my knees. The madam slyly replied, "That one doesn't sound so bad." "Not so bad," replied the man. "I used to be 6'3".
Apex, you were totally disqualified for too dirty, but that was hilarious.
McVenom turned off her camera because she's turning red.
I am. I'm super, super, super red like right now.
Yeah.
You guys know how I get. Like I get too red.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
That's like the joke. Like, oh yeah, he's like, I opened up a brand new bar and I got this place for my wife. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, I put the liquor in the front and poker in the rear.
What? What? Delete. You're feeding the fire right now. Apex is muted because he's laughing so hard he can't even deal with it right now.
Oh my god. This is like the worst idea we've ever had. This is the worst idea we've ever had.
2 minutes early gates. Okay?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Here we go.
Do it, make it,
Very
do it.
clean joke.
The guy asks the other guy he meets him, "Hey, how'd you get here?" "Well, I thought my wife was cheating on me. So I came home early from work. I ran upstairs and I checked the bedroom. Wasn't there. Ran downstairs to the basement. Still nobody there. So I ran back upstairs to the bedroom. I was going to say sorry to my wife for thinking I had a heart attack. I died." Second guy goes, "Well, fuck, if he'd looked in the freezer, we'd both be alive."
Yes. Yes.
Okay, no, you guys are all disqualified for your dirty jokes, but they were hilarious. You know who's gonna be on my case tomorrow? I'm sorry.
That is amazing.
I'm super look how red I am right now. I can't help it. So
We
the
haven't done good
handler-
things today.
So
We've done great things.
yeah.
We
AF.
We have brought together the community with joke telling.
So AF, I love you. He's my handler. We call
I
him
apologize.
the handler because he handles our contract and stuff. I love you and I'm sorry. Don't get mad at us, but it was fun. I really want to get AF on one time, like one stream. If you guys will be good to him and not embarrass him, but
I can't guarantee that with our crowd.
I agree. I mean, you guys are hilarious.
We would want Ayeth to participate.
I know. Ayeth would be actually.
We would turn AF to the dark side, which actually is pretty fun.
Yeah, no, he's got a pretty good sense of humor. Like he doesn't put it out in public, but he has a very good sense of humor. So I think he would actually surprise us with this. So I have to say, I'm sorry, but all of your jokes was really, really funny. But the one that tickled me the most was Buzzsaws. And I know that Finn, you said he was disqualified, but I am not.
No, he's not. He's not disqualified because he said the last one counted after delete is said. So I never read his other jokes. So he's fine.
Okay. Will you read his joke one more time and then we'll declare him the winner because I think he's the winner. I'm sorry. Do you guys agree? Like I don't want to be the monopolizer here.
It's your stream.
It is my stream. You're damn right. Okay. Buzzsaw is the winner.
This is Venom's Burger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's always going to be the burger.
Mm-hmm.
The burger. It's the burger. And the burger says it's Buzzsaw. So will you read his joke again, Finn? Because you do the best.
All right. What do zombies say? Normal zombies say brains. Vegetarian zombies say grains. Bodybuilder zombies say gains. Weatherman zombie says rains. And gamer zombie say games. There you go.
Oh my god.
Oh, I mean, I mean, seriously,
It legit has
Seriously?
me snorting. It's so.
that is.
I'm sorry. It's just.
I don't
funny.
care where he got it. If he Googled it, I don't
I
care.
don't care.
Mhm.
You nailed
Buzzsaw,
it.
you're the man.
You
Okay,
nailed it.
so
You nailed it.
Buzzsaw gets a zombie coffee mug from RSG. We appreciate you. From the Burger.
Mhm.
Burger. Bunker. We appreciate you guys. Mako, Delete, Apex, Finity. I appreciate all you guys joining. Liquid Snake said Apex jokes had me down on the floor. It was naughty, but it was really funny. It was really funny.
I knew I was going to get disqualified, but it was too
I'm
good.
totally
It was
gonna
worth
get it.
it.
I'm gonna get a message about that tomorrow and be like, "Yeah, I know."
Tomorrow, I'm surprised we don't have one already.
It'll be fine. Everything's fine. It'll be fine. I'm still red. Look at how red my cheeks are from that. So
I think McVenum's ever going to be able to see somebody below 4 feet again.
stop it, Finn. Stop. I just.
Oh my God! Tell me Apex joke. Tell me Apex joke.
So, you guys, we appreciate you joining the stream. Thank you for all of your great comments. I know it wasn't very content heavy, but we did have a great time. And I really honestly needed that this week. So we appreciate that. Thank you to Mako, Delete, Finn, and Apex. I appreciate you guys. Love you all. Love everyone in the stream. Thank you so much for the great comments, the great jokes, everything. Congratulations, Buzzsaw. I'm going to send you that zombie coffee mug. Thank you for our sponsor. And we might be in after chat. I don't know. We'll see. It is SBS tomorrow, so who knows. But thank you guys, and you guys have a great night. Thank you.
You just see McVenom running up to somebody below 4 feet. Tell me how you got so short. Was it because of a genie?
Where's the honeycomb and the donkey?
I know they're hiding around here somewhere. Oh,
Rock on, Alan.